Hello, welcome to Jason the Old Millennial. My name is Jason, and welcome to a special live stream. This is my 41st birthday live stream. So,
Woohoo!
last year I did my 40th. I did my 40th because it was a big date. Because I was like, oh, I'm turning 40. I'm gonna turn in next decade, so I gotta do a big live stream thing. 41 isn't as big of a deal, but I was like, might as well do another live stream. I did it last year. Uh, Something fun to do. Um, it's not like a normal live stream where I have like a specific category or subject. It's just more hopefully just hang out and chat with friends, and I don't know. Hopefully people are watching in the chat. Maybe I don't know. I don't know exactly how this is going to go. Any subject you want to talk about, we can talk about. We'll see what's up. But so right now I got three of my good friends here on YouTube. I got Adam from What the Gym.
Yep. Great to be back at the channel.
Yeah, over in England. We were just on not that long ago, I guess, on my channel. All three.
Two days ago.
The four of us 2 days ago. All four of us were together, actually. So kind of the same group. And I got my sister. Hi, Abby. Thank you. My sister's birthday was 6 days ago. Our birthdays were 6 days apart. Me and my sister, older sister. So pretty often we celebrate them together because they're so close together. I got Nick from Townsend 505 from Pennsylvania.
The great state of Pennsylvania.
And I got Briar from great state of California.
It's hot in here.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been not terrible actually lately around here. I mean, it's been getting into the 90s every once in a while, so it's not quite the heat wave. Getting 100-degree weather, and that's when it really sucks. But yeah, I know that's nothing to Briar. Briar's like, you guys get 105, 110 degrees or what?
I dream for that. I dream for that.
Yeah. I think the highest it gets is like 90s at most.
Okay, so it's not.
Yeah.
It must be worse than like Florida.
It's worse in my room though, because again, it incubates heat so much in my room. My room's like the hottest spot in this house.
Yeah.
Because there's carpet in here.
Okay. Yeah, if you go to Florida, I'm guessing Texas. I know I've been to Texas, and it's excruciating hot during the summer.
I've been to Arizona too.
Arizona, I've heard, gets super hot. I'm guessing Georgia, Mississippi, those places. I guess maybe those are the real huge hot spots. A little too hot for me. Pennsylvania, I'm guessing, probably doesn't get too terribly hot. Maybe like Kansas.
It gets the highest it goes is like 100 or so.
Yeah. And England, you probably don't get too hot, right?
No, it gets quite cold here. I just keep muting my microphone. I can hear my dog barking.
I can hear a dog barking.
Yeah, that's why I'm muting the microphone.
That's Adam's dog. There,
yeah.
Yeah. So, how you guys doing?
Hey, you said today was gonna be our next exchange, right?
Yeah. Let's talk about.
Let's talk about some Bar Marley, right?
Yeah, Mom.
Let's talk about by Damien Rice.
I didn't hear it, but I'm just gonna assume it's good.
It was great.
I'm giving it a 10 out of 10.
I'm giving it 10 out of 10. No comments needed. Let's see. My sister has some going down memory lane here. It looks like. I remember one year as a kid, you got a scooter, and I did. That was an awesome present. And she was jealous. Oh, I'm sorry, Abby. Do you remember that? You were probably 7 years old. Yeah, that's back when, because I grew up I was born in Wichita, Kansas, which is, if you don't know Wichita, Kansas is not, doesn't have big cities really. We have a lot of small towns, and we have a lot of, like, I live in the city I live in right now. A lot of cities are like 20 to 30,000. You know, that's pretty common. Um, and Wichita is like 400,000, and Wichita is the biggest city in Kansas, which that's like small potatoes to California. You know, you got gigantic cities. You know, and Pennsylvania too. You know, you got some gigantic cities. But Wichita was like a big city to us. And that's where I was born and grew up for the first 8 years of my life before we then moved to a town 30 miles away that had 600 people. So I went from a 400,000 people city to a 600 person town. And I grew up in that town called Whitewater for 25 years or so. I lived there. Anyways, yeah, so I was still in Wichita. So that was, yeah, so it must have been younger than 8 years old. So yeah, I might have been 7 or something like that. And I don't know, I must have wanted a scooter. I must have told my parents I wanted a scooter or something. Not a bike, but a scooter. I must have seen this. I probably saw someone on a scooter or something like that. I thought it was cool. I don't know. So my parents got me a scooter. Man, yeah, it was like like you get your presents, and then it's like they're waiting for the big one last, and that was like the big one. Of course, they had it like somewhere where I couldn't see it, and then they brought it out. Hey, we got you the, because you can't wrap a scooter really. You have to just bring it out. Hey, here's a scooter. Yeah, I was so excited, man. I love that scooter, and I would scoot around the block of our, neighborhood on that scooter. Yeah, I don't know why. I just had a blast. I don't know what happened to it either. It must have broke at some point because I didn't have it for, I feel like I didn't have it for very long, and then it was gone. So I'm guessing I must have, I don't know, or I stopped using it. Maybe I got tired of it and stopped using it.
Maybe he only rented this scooter. Rent a scooter.
Yeah. My parents rented it. Like,
yeah, maybe.
Take it back. I'm like, what?
Take it back when no one's looking. When you weren't looking.
Yeah. What happened to the scooter?
You got rid of it. You got rid of it. You got bored of it, remember?
Yeah. They brainwashed me. I'm like,
gaslighting you.
I guess so.
It's like you don't remember? You told us you don't want it anymore.
I don't remember that, but you wouldn't lie to me. You're my parents. Yeah. So yeah, that was a fun gift. That was definitely a memorable gift as a kid. Funny enough, a scooter. I don't know how many people had scooters. I don't know if that was a thing.
I had many scooters.
You did?
Up. Yeah.
I think I used to have one.
I had one.
I can't remember.
Me as well.
Yeah.
I'm not sure why I didn't ask for a bike. I asked for a scooter. I mean, scooters, you can't go as fast as far. You just get on your, you just get some speed going on your leg, and then you just glide, I guess.
Yeah.
Until you slow down, and then you have to do it again, and I guess that's fun. But
21st.
Because I don't remember we had any hills in Kansas. We're not very hilly. We're pretty flat, so it'd be fun if I was on a hill and just went down like just. Of course, I would have killed myself, probably pick up speed and all that as a kid. But hey, Jacob, thank you, I appreciate it. Yes, 21st, yeah, turning 21.
You're not the old millennial. You're the young millennial. You're around my age.
I'm the Gen Z. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to the liquor store later today, grabbing some alcohol for the first time. I wish it was my 21st birthday. That'd be great. Go back in time 20 years ago when I was 21.
Yeah, past mine.
20 years ago, Adam and Nick weren't born or.
Yeah, correct. It was 20 years ago today.
Yeah, I'm gonna be 25 this year.
You'll be 25.
Century years old.
Yeah, you're getting the quarter. I'm getting to, well, not quite the half, but I'm a little closer to half. Yeah, interesting trivia. Might be interesting. I was actually, when I was born back in 1983, it was a news story on the news. I was on TV. Like, if you were watching TV, you might have seen me as a newborn baby. And you might be thinking, why were you on TV as a newborn baby? Well, my mom, when she had my older sister, who was in the chat there, Abby, back in 1980, she ended up having to have a C-section. My mom didn't want a C-section, but my sister was coming out the wrong way. So the doctor said, like, it's dangerous, I guess, if my mom gave birth to her, because she was like coming out backwards or whatever, which is a thing. And so they kind of convinced her against her will or whatever to get a C-section, which I think she hated that happened, but because she wanted natural births, I think, for all the kids. So she got the C-section for my sister. And so then when she's pregnant with me and she was going to have me naturally born, whatever. And that was unusual at the time. I don't know if it still is, but I guess usually if you have a C-section, you usually don't have a natural born kid afterwards. I guess you just keep having C-sections. I don't know. And it was enough of a rare thing, that she was on the nightly news or whatever in Wichita, and back in 1983. So yeah, so my mom got interviewed, and it was just a short, it wasn't a big story. Obviously, nobody cares, but it was it was a short story that they did on the news or whatever. I say nightly news. I don't know if it was nightly news, but it was some kind of news back in Wichita. And so yeah, you can see me as a newborn baby on the news. So I think I was just born to be on TV, so that's why I got a YouTube channel now. It was just born.
It makes sense, yeah.
It was just born into me. As soon as I came out and there was cameras, I was like, this is where I need to be. I need to be in front of a camera, And it took me a long time to finally get into get to where I need to be. But I'm glad I'm in front of a camera again. I'm joking, but that is a true story, though. I always find that interesting. I'm like, wow, I was like a news segment when I was born. Me and anytime the king has a kid, they're on TV. So I'm equal with the kid. Yeah. Go to the clip. Yeah, I don't have a clip. I wonder if my mom has. I don't know. I'm sure my mom had like a VHS taped or something. Who knows where that is?
If someone finds it, let us know.
Yeah. Thank you, Lewis. Appreciate it. Appreciate all of you. And I have to shout out. These people are great. Lewis has always been great. I'm not sure what this person's name is, MN, but they give me incredible comments all the time. Like, I appreciate that so much. I really want to shout you guys out.
Yep, he's the guy who sends me a lot of my stuff.
Really? Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's the one.
Awesome. Yeah, he's always commenting and giving really great comments. Always
great guy. He's also in Southern California too.
Oh, he's in California.
Maybe one day we'll meet up. One day.
Oh, why not? Yeah.
Yeah.
Make sure Carl doesn't know. He'll get jealous.
Oh my gosh, I know. That's what I was thinking. Bro's like, it's too far away. It's
Carl would comment, would be like, "What happened? He's going to the record store with you and not me. I feel betrayed."
I'm still a kid. Oh, really? Oh, so you're much older than me. Yeah. I wish I was as old as these three, but then other people probably they wish they're my age. So that's what happens. Jacob. Yeah, Jacob's doing deep dives.
Cool.
He just finished. He just finished.
Steely Dan. Oh yeah.
And his next one, on his poll, he decided they did John Denver, so which is awesome. I mean, I definitely funny. I voted for the Eagles just because the Eagles had a smaller discography, and so I didn't want to. I was like, if Jacob does John Denver, he's gonna be on that one for a while because there's like 30 albums. So I'm like, all right, I guess he's gonna go on a long journey with John Denver. So yeah, John Denver, which is one of my favorite artists, and all four of us, I think, are fairly familiar with John Denver.
On my channel, me and Jason are gonna do a deep dive on him at some point.
At some point, yeah, that's our goal. So which is your favorite John Denver album? Do you have a favorite, Adam?
I've only heard two.
You only heard two?
That's Back Home Again, Rocky Mountain High. I think I like Rocky Mountain High more.
My favorite's Rocky Mountain High.
Is it? Okay.
I love that medley at the end.
I would say Poems, Prayers, and Promises is my favorite, but the last track on the album kind of ruins it.
I get that.
It's just this weird poetry he does.
Yeah. I wish that wasn't on there. I don't know about you, bro.
Yeah, I think I'd go with Rocky Mountain High, because even though Poems, Prayers, and Promises has Country Road, that's probably my favorite John Denver song, I think as a whole, Rocky Mountain High is a bit stronger.
Well, my pick. That's Poems, Prayers, and Promises. It was, I think, like number 8 on my top 100 favorite albums list. So it's a top 10 album for me.
I really want it to be higher, but man, I mean, it has my 3 favorite John Denver songs on it, back to back to back. It's like in a row. It's like you got his best stuff, but then the box comes in at the end. It's like, why is this on here?
Yeah. Sunshine on My Shoulders is my favorite John Denver song, so it's on here. So that helps me. Love this. And like you said, Take Me Home Country Road's probably the most famous, if not the most famous, one of the most famous John Denver songs here.
If it was,
Poems, Prayers, and Promises is an awesome song. I love Poems, Prayers, and Promises as well. So, I mean, those are iconic John Denver songs for sure.
If it wasn't for what's it called? If it wasn't for Take Me Home Country Roads being on it, it would totally be my favorite. It would be my favorite that would be my favorite on the album, Sunshine on My Shoulders, if it wasn't for the fact that Take Me Home Country Roads is kind of like how Out of My Mind and for what it's worked on Buffalo Springfield. It's like you want Out of My Mind to be your favorite, but then the other songs, like, that has to be your favorite. That's how I feel with the John Denver album.
Yeah, there's so many great stuff on here. Some good covers too. Let It Be, Junk, Fire and Rain. I mean, pretty good stuff. Hey, Mike.
Hey guys, how's it going?
The guy who doesn't like English bands.
Talking a little bit about John Denver here.
Yeah, no, I didn't want to interrupt. But yeah, hey everyone, happy birthday, Jason.
Thank you.
Did wish you a happy birthday earlier on Facebook, but yeah, hope you had a good one, man.
Oh, appreciate it. Appreciate you coming by.
Yeah, I can only stay for a little bit, but yeah, I wanted to stop in and see you.
Well, that's fine. I appreciate it. Well, while you're here, I'm gonna let's see.
What's your thoughts on ABBA, Mike?
I like ABBA.
Let's go! Let's go!
You like Swedish bands, is what I'm getting.
Yeah. If they're not English, Briar, they'll be on my playlist probably.
There you go.
Okay, that's nice.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to do like a one of those hot take videos. I'll be like, right, give me a list of bands that you like, and then I'll be like, yeah, no, yeah, okay, yeah, they're all right.
I would watch it.
Thanks, Nick. Appreciate it, man. Could be an interesting video.
I got a gift from Mike.
Nice.
And all the way from England. So I'll open it here since Mike's here.
I think you received it about a week ago or so, right?
Yeah, at least. Yeah.
I tried to send it early just to make sure it got there in time.
Better safe than sorry.
Mike sent me a Christmas gift, and it took like 3 or 4 months to get to me. I don't know.
I sent it really early as well.
I know.
Months to get there.
That's weird.
It'll be like July. It'll be like Merry Christmas, Jason.
I know. Birthday present. Oh, Christmas present. Yeah. He got me Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse.
Ooh, that's a good movie.
Which I kind of requested from him. So it was. I mean, I put it as my second favorite movie last year, but to be honest, it's really my favorite movie. I mean, like, as far as entertainment value, like, I had the most fun watching Across the Spider-Verse, the sequel to Into the Spider-Verse. One of the most cool animated movies I've ever seen. I mean, obviously, if you've seen Into the Spider-Verse, that animation style is very interesting. And there's a bunch of different animation styles within the movie, which is really cool. But I thought, man, I thought the first movie was okay. This movie was awesome. Like I was like, wow. Like the storytelling was amazing. The action was really good. It was really funny. it, and it ties in with the first movie perfectly. The stuff that happens in the first movie, really, you get the consequences in this movie basically. And Miles Morales is a great character, and I love Spider-Gwen, and they have a good chemistry together as well. And very good villain. The villain was excellent, I thought, and really left you on a cliffhanger, wondering what's going to happen next. So, thank you, Mike. I appreciate that.
Yeah, you're welcome, man. You're welcome. I still remember seeing that movie and coming out of it, and the older woman saying to me that Fast X was way better.
Fast X was way better.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know what she was watching.
And this has a filmmaker commentary, so that's good.
Nice.
I like watching commentaries. And special features. I like special features and commentaries. So
yeah.
I don't have Into the Spider-Verse, and I need to get Into the Spider-Verse too. Then.
Yeah. Well, hopefully that one should be discounted by now, though. It's been out for a long time.
Yeah, it's been out for a little while. I'll show you the inside.
I always hate how they have the other side of the case. Like it looks like a booklet or something.
Yeah, I hate that too.
That's a pet peeve.
Totally blank.
Like, what's the point of having those clips there?
Right.
it's just there to tease you.
Like they don't like sell like accessories to go in that slot either, to like so you can buy it if you choose to. I don't get it.
That's where DVDs excelled back in the day.
So when he was born, yeah, the Police Synchronicity was most popular. Yeah, that was the big album from the Police Synchronicity. I think it won. No, it won. I want to say, it won what Song of the Year for Every Breath You Take. I think
maybe
won like Song of the Year, Grammy Song of the Year record. So that was huge. It was the only one. It was like the only maybe number one hit they had, if I remember right. Yeah, that was one of the biggest albums of that year, if not the biggest. Probably was, yeah. Jacob. Yeah, Country Roads is amazing. Sunshine on My Shoulder. Yeah, two amazing songs. John Denver Sings was a solid debut considering it's nothing but demo recordings. Yeah, that's what Nick told me. I haven't heard it yet, but sounds interesting.
Yeah, baby, I Gotta Go and Darcy Farrow would end up being on other albums.
Yeah, okay. Yep, Yesterday. I have to listen to that Yesterday cover.
It's really good. I don't think it's.
I'm sure.
I don't think it's as good as the Beatles version. I think the Beatles version is perfect, and no one ever touched that song like McCartney does. But I think John Denver does a really good job at it. Definitely really good though.
Yeah, I believe that. It's my sister. Yeah, she went to see A Quiet Place one day. Not as good as the first one, and I have a feeling you won't like it. Yeah,
I saw it yesterday as well.
You did?
Oh, nice.
I know. I quite liked it, to be honest.
You liked it? Okay.
Yeah, I did.
You do.
Mike saw it. I know. He did a review on it.
Yeah,
you weren't super crazy about it, I don't think.
I liked it. I don't think it's as good as the first one, though. I think it's probably not going to be, though, you know.
That first one was such a cool original idea, I think. And if anybody's seen it, it's like the first 10 minutes, something happens that's very shocking that you aren't expecting, or and that's just the first 10 minutes just gets you into the movie, and you're like, what happened? What did I just see? And then the last 30 minutes is just a thrill ride where the family's just running away from these aliens on their property, this farm property. And I tell you, that scene where if I can say a little bit about, I'm talking about the first movie, but a scene where they're in the basement gets flooded, I think. and Emily Blunt just had a baby, and they have the baby like in a something, and it's like floating on top of the water, and the alien dives into the water, and then its head comes up out of the water right by the baby, and I was like, oh my god, like, that was like one of the scariest moments. Like I was like very like, oh my, like it was a real tense. I was like, that was a cool moment. Like like that would freak me out. The alien head coming out of the water, and I'm like, oh my god,
creepy. Yeah,
got a lot of cool moments. The nail as well. The nail, I'd be screaming, you know. I think everyone would be.
Oh my gosh, you're like, oh no. Oh, that sucked. Yeah. Very well directed by John Krasinski, I think it is. Also really well acted. I think Emily Blunt should have been nominated. I thought she gave a really great performance in as well, and should have got a Best Picture nomination, to be honest. It was one of my favorite movies of that year. Better than most of the trash that gets nominated, to be honest. In my opinion.
Speaking of albums that were released the same year as your birth year, Jason, Life's a Peace by Paul McCartney.
Yeah.
41 years old.
Awesome. 41 years old, yeah.
To me, McCartney's most underrated album.
Right there. Life's a Peace.
That's the
great.
One.
Great album. One of my favorite Paul McCartney albums, to be honest.
I'm in agreement with you, Jason.
Yeah.
People will try to tell us that it's a throwaway album compared to Tug of War. Well, I'm going to disagree with them.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, okay. I know Lionel Richie's Can't Slow Down won the album of the year that year, so that was the big album. Which I have in my collection, but I
need to get into Lionel Richie.
Oh yeah, he's awesome. I've got his greatest hits CD. I haven't listened to it yet, but that's his greatest hits I got. I've listened to his first two albums. First two albums are really good. I think his debut's really good, and Can't Slow Down is one of my favorite albums. I love that album. Definitely have to check that one out. Lewis says the party started because Mike's in the building.
Hey, Lewis. Hope you're well, man.
The legend is here.
Now I'm joined by four legends here.
I'm not a legend, am I?
Yeah. Four legends in the chump.
Well, I feel like, I don't know, if it wasn't for Mike, I don't know if me especially, I don't know if I'd be anything in YouTube if it wasn't for being on Mike's channel.
You would be, Jason. You'd be better off.
Yeah, I met Mike through Adam, basically, because I saw Adam was on Z Talk, so I watched Z Talk just to watch Adam, and then I met Mike.
Well,
and we became friends.
Well, on StreamYard, it says Briar is authenticated by YouTube, so any subscriber I get from any collaborations from Briar, it's because of Briar.
Briar's a legend, man.
He really is a YouTube legend.
He is a legend, that guy.
He's the most important one, for sure.
Boy.
And Briar thought of Jason because he's big about Jason because he had the Queen album, Jazz, in the front. Jason's favorite.
Oh, yeah. Awesome.
That was on purpose.
It was. Great album. Yeah, it's funny. Well, the first person, I mean, if any trivia on me, I've done it. This is my third year on YouTube, and I've got 306 subscribers. I just went over 300 this last week. So
yeah, congrats, man. That's awesome.
I'm getting about 100 a year subscribers. So, in 2,000 years, I'll catch up with Briar.
2,000 years.
5,000 years, I'll catch up with Mike.
That's granted. Briar doesn't get any more subscribers.
Right. That's granted that they don't get any more subscribers up to this point, but yeah, because I should say shout out Mike got over 5,000, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Over 5,000 recently. Yeah, that's crazy.
Oh, that's awesome. Because I remember you just, I don't know if I was around when you first got to 1,000 or you.
I don't know. I felt like the growth's been quite, like sometimes they'll be quite stagnant and then they'll just kind of go, I don't know. It's weird.
I feel like it doubled this last year at least. I don't know.
I think it did. Yeah.
It just went
Very
crazy.
grateful.
You had some really good numbers this last year, I think.
Yeah, very grateful for sure.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, I love that. I love seeing everybody get more. And Mike's got a great Patreon, so like anybody should.
Thanks, man.
That's Patreon. Me and Adam are Patreons, I believe.
Legends.
Yeah, for a while now.
Yeah.
Well, Adam's on his way up to near 1,000. He's getting there.
Slowly but surely.
Yeah. What did you get to 600? What did you get to?
I'm on 609 now, I think.
600. So yeah, you got past 600. Yeah.
That's amazing, man. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I have less than 150 subscribers.
I was gonna say Nick, I think is getting close to 150, like at 147 or something like that, right? Yeah.
I have 148 at the moment.
148, yeah. So definitely subscribe to Nick. Get him up more.
For me, it's not about the subscribers. It's about hanging out with friends. To me, I don't view them as making videos with these reviews. I when I do a review with like Briar or Jason or Adam, it just, to me, I just view it as hanging out with friends and talking about some music. That's how I view it as.
Right.
Yeah.
The best way.
Briar has over 2,000, maybe 2,500.
1,985.
Oh, so not quite 2,000.
Very close.
Yeah, so I passed the year you were born already. So
awesome. Yeah. So you're getting to 2,000.
Nice.
And YouTube will not pay Briar. So YouTube, pay Briar.
What is YouTube doing?
Pay that man some money.
Yeah. Come on. He's got subscribed
out on me.
Yes, but yeah, definitely subscribe to everybody here if you haven't. All good friends. Yeah, in fact, well, me and Adam, my first collaboration was with Adam, and I don't know, we did that a couple years ago, I suppose.
It was a few years ago.
Probably, and it was top 10 superhero movies, I think, was our first collaboration.
Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah, that was our first collaboration. So me and Adam first collaborated, and then me, Adam, and Briar collaborate together shortly after that, I think. So it's first time three of us.
It was our top 10 movie characters.
We did top 10
animated movies.
Animated movies, was it?
Yeah. Yeah, and it was Briar's idea, and Briar's like a music guy, and he came up with the movie idea. So I'm like, yeah, let's do it. But it's funny because I don't think Briar really collaborated that much either, and so
no, just out of a whim, really. Like,
yeah,
you said you like animation. I'm like, oh, I like animation. Let's do it.
Yeah, so it was awesome that me, Adam, and Briar kind of started collaborating together around the same time. We weren't really collaborating a lot. I mean, maybe Adam more than us for sure, but then we've been collaborating a lot since. So it kind of, I don't know. I not to get too emotional, but I mean, two really great friends established just by, happen chance, I guess.
Yeah.
We just, I don't know how, I think Briar found me first maybe. And then
because it was from Rich Strickler. He shouted your channel out. He shouted both you and Adam in one video. So that's kind of how I discovered your channels.
Okay. I got it.
Well,
yeah.
First time I met Jason was when Scott, with me, Scott, and Jason did a ranking video. I forgot it was either CCR or Simon and Garfunkel. I forgot which one it was, but I remember because before I used to it was just me and Scott, but then I met Briar and then I met Jason. Every time I'm always unsure if I don't know if I'm gonna be good with another person, but then me and Jason kick it off right away because he liked a lot of the albums and I was like, "Hey, Jason, you want to do Simon and Garfunkel, like do a series on them?" And that's what me and Jason started doing one-on-one videos. And at the moment, we're doing the Kinks right now, and I've done so many videos with Jason, and it's always a pleasure.
Yeah, it was Scott from SoundLab Studio / Scott's Scrap Dog Records, I believe. Yeah, because he wasn't doing the YouTube. He hasn't been on YouTube that long, I don't think. But me, Nick, and Adam, I guess too, and Scott were on Reactions to the Classics, chatting. We would chat in the on the live videos, whatever. We'd be chatting amongst each other, and I remember Scott was like wanted to start his own channel, and he started watching my channels, and then I didn't know who he was. I remember he would comment, and I was like, "Oh, thanks." And then he told me, "Oh, I'm so and so." I'm like, "Oh, you're so and so." Like I didn't know, like because I didn't know who SoundLab Studios was. So I was like, "Oh, you're Scott from Reactions Classics." So that was kind of cool. And then he started his channel, which I was like, "Yeah, start your channel." So that was cool. I was glad he started his channel, and I was hoping we'd collaborate at some point. And then we finally, I think Nick and Scott started collaborating first, and then I came on to I collaborated with Scott one time, and then Breyer came on pretty close after that. Then Breyer started collaborating with Scott and Nick, and so, but the four of us weren't collaborating together. It was just like bits and pieces here and there, and then finally it's like, how about the four of us collaborate? And so that was great. And then we've been collaborating a ton.
Countless times. Yeah,
I love collaborating with new people. Like I liked when Jacob Martin came along, and
Jacob.
I've been loving collaborating with Ryan Cam. It's been fun. Yeah. Me, Ryan, and Breyer were doing Genesis series, and I would definitely like to see a movie that me and Mike would like to review at some point, because definitely would like to review with Mike at some point.
Yeah, man, hit me up. Hit me up with an idea.
Yeah,
definitely down, man.
Yeah, think of something good.
Yeah, and I met Jacob Martin through Mike from his channel. I mean, we're all connected. It's funny how we all got connected.
Yeah,
small world.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah, you get to know one person, the next thing you know, you meet someone else, and then you collaborate, and then you're like, I don't know. It's just kind of cool how it all kind of comes together. Anyway.
Yeah, it's great to network with you guys. Though it's always a blast.
Yeah,
it's great.
See, Lewis says, "Hope you're well, Mike."
I am. Hope you are too.
Almost looks like you had a haircut. Am I crazy?
No, yeah, I got my hair cut a few days ago. Yeah.
It just feels like shorter on the sides.
Haircut and a beard trim as well. It was getting too long.
Jacob says, "What's up?"
Yo, Jacob, what's going on? Hope you're doing well, my friend.
Rob from Rob's
School Music.
Thank you a lot. In fact, Rob, he's from New York. He has a really good music channel called Rob's School Music, where he tries to cover more obscure artists that people don't talk about, and he has a lot of good stuff on some other artists you might know. And he has a really incredible collection of stuff anyways. And he always has double of something in his collection. So then he'll send me. So he sent me this. I got this big box of CDs. It's very generous. I'm very, my CD collection is, it almost doubles every time he gives me CDs, because I always get a really good box of CDs from. And I never know what he sends me, so it's always really fun to see what he's sending me. I'm not quite at Breyer's level, but I'm trying to get there.
Baby steps.
baby steps.
And my record collection's gonna take a while too.
Yes. Yeah.
I just reorganized that. I'm like, man, it's such a pain in the butt. I know like 5 hours in total.
Oh wow.
I just separated into 2 days. I'm like, I can't do this all at once. I say the only one who could relate to me. I don't know. Do you have a lot of movies, Mike?
So I've got this shelf here, that shelf, and then that one, and that's it.
Yeah, I was to say, if like me and Briar, you have like hundreds of media. It's like it's a pain in the butt when you have to reorganize it. It really is.
I can imagine, especially Briar with over 1,000.
I know. I'm like, oh my goodness, I can't be in Briar's spot.
I get my mum to sort mine out.
Lucky.
I just sit there. That one goes there.
That one goes
That
there.
one goes there. Yeah.
The legend, that's Trudy. Absolute legend. No, man, I would love more movies, but man, it's just the storage space, you know.
Yeah, definitely.
This is Adam's dad. Thanks, Thanks, Steve. You can't be good without Emily Blunt. Yeah, Emily Blunt's great.
I mean, great point.
You have Lupita Nyong'o. Lupita Nyong'o. Yeah.
Yeah, and Joseph Quinn in the new one.
I don't know who Joseph Quinn is. Everybody keeps talking about him. Like,
did you watch Stranger Things?
Yeah, I think you've done that.
So you know Eddie Munson?
I don't watch Stranger Things though.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, it's just him without the wig.
I was gonna say I don't think I'd recognize him without that crazy '80s wig, whatever he has on. Yeah, well, that's cool. Yeah, I didn't care about the second movie that much either, just because it felt like a retread of the first one. I don't know, so that's why I'm not excited about the third one. I'm like, like I feel like the first one was. I don't know if you're just gonna get any better than that first one.
Jason in the new one, the cat's the best character.
I heard the
yeah. Frodo.
My
Frodo was the best character.
Yeah.
My cats and dogs would just make too much noise. I don't have any cats, but if I did, the dogs definitely would. My dogs would bark at it right away. Maybe the first one's gone.
I'm saying nothing, Jason. Don't want to spoil it for you.
We got Not Your Normal Geek, or also known as Ryan.
Yo, Ryan, what's going on, man?
Another guy from England. A really cool guy. Really like Ryan. Hoping we can collaborate at some point, me and Ryan. Speaking of special features.
I
think features.
I'm trying to think. I don't know if I have a special feature or not. Maybe. I don't know, Ryan.
Who knows?
Have you gone?
I have a favorite movie. My favorite movie is Jaws. It's either, to me, it's a three-way tie between Jaws, Shawshank Redemption, and Pulp Fiction, which me, Jason, and Ryan Cam reviewed on my channel just recently. So got to talk about one of my all-time favorite movies there.
Yeah, so I guess asking a favorite special feature on a Blu-ray or something like that. He says personally like Batman vs Superman. Okay, seeing the bat suit creation. Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, I mean, the best special features are the Lord of the Rings extended editions. I love watching those special features of like the making of. And I just love watching the cast just goof around a lot of times. Those are a lot of fun. Yeah, just the making of the miniatures is really cool because I never seen that background before until I watched Lord of the Rings. And I was like, oh wow, that's how they make these miniatures and shoot them and how they do the special effects. I mean, they go really in. They do the best job I've ever seen of any Blu-ray special feature. Those are always the first ones I go to. Those are amazing special features on there. And I love commentaries. I love like the Lord of the Rings commentaries are absolutely amazing. I don't know. Do you guys have any special features you can think of? It's kind of a hard question.
I can't think of it, but I might go soon if that's okay.
No, it's not okay. Yeah,
I
don't think I can keep you.
I know. How dare you, Adam? It's his birthday. Come on, man.
I'll stay for a few more minutes. Definitely.
Oh, you can, and I'll be going soon as well. So
yeah, my England friends. It's getting late over there now.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a good question or Jason.
That's very good.
I'm not sure if I got a favorite one.
believe it or not, I've never watched any of the Back to the Future extras ever.
Oh, really?
Nah. And you'd think I would have, but no, I haven't. Not yet. But I will say I like deleted scenes though. That's the only thing I usually tend to watch on special features, deleted scenes.
Yeah.
And see if it fits well into the movie. And so recently I watched like American Pie when I did the Rankin series. And I was like, what deleted scenes can you really have in American Pie? But there was actually a few extras in the first one in particular. I was like, yeah. There was like maybe a minute or two scene. I was like, why wasn't that in there? Because it added a bit more like depth to like that scene that was going on. So yeah, I always think deleted scenes are interesting. See what they're going to put in the movie or what they cut out, I guess.
While you two are here, I'll open up some movies that I bought myself from Amazon.
Cool.
Fun part is trying to figure out how to open these things.
You just rip it.
Yeah. just tear it up.
Tear it up. Tear it up.
This I bought for myself for my birthday because.
What you been getting, Jason? What's that?
It Happened One Night, Criterion Collection.
No, I don't think I've heard of that movie.
No.
Yes. So this is from 1934. So it's 90
That's
years
why I've
old.
not heard of it.
90 year. But yeah, this was a huge movie in 1934. Clark Gable, the biggest star kind of at that moment. I'm forgetting Claudette Colbert is the lady here. But this won Best Picture in 1934. It also was the first movie to win the Big Five, which is Best Picture, Best Director for Frank Capra, Best Screenplay, Best Actor for Clark Gable, and Best Actress for Claudette Colbert.
Wow.
First time that's happened.
That's very impressive.
It's only happened 3 times. This, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, and Silence of the Lambs are the 3 that won the Big Five Oscars anyway. So this was the first one back in 1934. If you know Frank Capra does a lot of It's a Wonderful Life and Mr. Washington. I love Frank Capra. He's one of my favorite directors. And so this is a really nice romantic comedy, really, back when romantic comedies were winning Best Picture. It's just a fun movie. It's one of those, they hate each other and then they fall in love during the story. And it's just a fun old movie. And I love Criterion collections. I've been getting a lot of Criterion collections, so that's why I bought it, because I wanted to get myself a Criterion collection again, because I've been getting them lately. Because they usually have some pretty good special features on these things, and so it happened one. That's one for you. I need to catch that someday.
Very cool, Jason. Awesome.
Just kidding. You probably say it's boring. What is this boring crap? Sorry if that makes a lot of noise.
What's it doing?
We're getting a live unboxing.
Yeah. ASMR, loving it.
I've got Last Action Hero Steelbook.
Oh, nice.
Cool.
Arnold Schwarzenegger, comedy action movie.
That's a fun movie.
It's funny. I saw this in the theater because I was a pretty big fan of Arnold Schwarzenegger. I thought action movies were really good. So I saw this in the movie theater and I loved it as a kid. And I was a kid at the time. I guess I was maybe a young teenager when it came out. And I've heard people say it's like a terrible movie, gets bad reviews, and I still love it. I think it's a fun movie. It's a bit of a parody of Schwarzenegger movies. So it's like it's Schwarzenegger parodying himself. I mean, which is a lot of fun, and it's parodying 80s action. So I love the parody of it. And the action scenes are actually pretty good. There's actually some pretty cool action sequences. But yeah, so there's the front, there's the back there.
That's a nice steelbook.
Let's see what the opening.
Right, there you go. See, that's what you meant to get in the bloody clips part, some paper or something.
Yeah.
A piece of paper.
Yeah.
Nice.
Anyways,
Very
of course,
nice,
I like to get. It's my birthday, so I was like, I'm gonna get a steelbook, just not a regular movie. add to my steelbook collection. It wasn't too expensive on Amazon, so that's why I got that one. I got one more movie I'll show, and then hopefully before you guys leave, since you guys appreciate movies. I got Amazon because I thought, I'm going to open a present on, it's like opening a present. Even though I know what's coming, I'm like, still exciting.
I'm loving the ad-free ASMR right now.
Yeah.
I got Air Force One on Steelbook.
Cool.
That's a cool steelbook as well.
Yeah.
Harrison Ford classic, where he plays the President of the United States, and Russian terrorists take over Air Force One, and he has to fight back the terrorists. It's a really fun action movie. Harrison Ford's amazing. I almost want to say it's maybe the last really great Harrison Ford movie. Because I can't think of what else he's done after this that was really as good. I didn't see it in the theater, but I watched it later on TV. I was probably in high school when it came out. But yeah, there's the front with Harrison Ford, Glenn Close, William H. Macy. The bad guy is a really good villain. I'm forgetting his name now.
I couldn't tell from the picture.
Yeah. He plays Commissioner Gordon in the Batman series.
Oh.
I forgot his name. I know who you're talking about, though.
Yeah. But there's the back there.
Very nice.
Not much there. I'm not seeing any.
No paper. Oh.
No paper. And is it just blank, Jason? Or
Yeah, just blank. They usually put like something cool in the inside. So yeah, maybe
send it back to Amazon.
Maybe
1 star.
Again,
1 star.
it wasn't really that expensive. That's why I got it.
I found the actor Gary Oldman.
Gary Oldman, yes,
That's the one.
amazing.
Adam.
Really, really good actor. But yeah, Air Force One. Now I got part of my steelbook collection. But get off the plane,
I've never even heard of a steelbook before.
I've still
You haven't?
not seen it, Air Force One either. I've not
Nah,
watched
me
it.
neither.
Of course you haven't, Mike. No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, you're not lying, to be fair, so.
It's a solid movie, action thriller movie. I recommend that. Steelbooks are cool. They're just really nicely designed. It's more of a collector thing, I would say.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if it adds too much to the movie necessarily, but it's just fun to have in your collection because I don't know. It's just got this cool metallic, feel to it. The design is really cool. I don't know. It's just really cool.
I think if you love the movie, you want the best version you can get. I'm guessing,
Yeah.
It's like CDs. I'm sure you want the best, like deluxe box set. Of the artist you love or singer.
Okay.
Yeah. I know Mike has a bunch of steelbooks, and I don't know. Adam, do you have steelbooks?
I think I've got 1 or 2.
Okay.
Nice.
And then Mike gave me one with Big.
Yeah. Indeed. Oh.
I got a bear.
Oh. A bear?
How you guys doing?
Oh, Jacob, what's going on?
I thought Jacob turned into a bear.
The 6th legend has returned.
Yep, crashing the party.
Crashing the party.
with my bear.
I feel like I haven't seen Jacob in about a year.
Yeah.
Our friend Rael.
Something I got over the weekend. But happy birthday, Jason.
Thank you.
It's good to be part of this friend group.
Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely.
Well, thanks to Jacob, Rael has a friend now.
I know. We got our mascot here.
Yeah, my mascot's a fox.
Well, Well, one of the more underrated Disney movies is Brother Bear. So,
good movie.
I think that's a great movie. Yeah.
I think Jacob was trying to summon.
I'm already here.
But Briar got summoned.
Where he's like, "Am I a joke to you? I'm here."
He didn't need the queen summons. By the way, I was watching Wayne's World. I have the Wayne's World Steelbook, and I was watching that, and I watched that scene where they sing Bohemian Rhapsody. That's still one of the great scenes of that movie.
that's the best scene of that movie.
That's the best scene. I don't know if Mike knows what we're talking about, but
I know Wayne's World, but I've not seen them.
Yeah,
that's the same for me.
Oh, the part like
so good.
My favorite part's still the part where Wayne tries to play the guitar, and it's like in the Guitar Center, and he's like, the owner or the clerk points at the thing, and it's like, no stairway, denied.
Wayne's World is a great movie if you like music. It has a lot of cool music in it. I forgot when I was watching, I was like, man, this is like, if you're into rock music, they have Alice Cooper shows up at one point. But they
I like the part where there's that fantasy sequence where Garth does Foxy Lady, Jimi Hendrix.
That is an awesome scene. Foxy Lady. Oh, what a good song. Like, I love that song. Foxy Lady, I'm coming to get you. Yeah, like there's so much good music in that movie. I'm like I want to make a list of like great movies like rock and roll. Like that'd be one of them. School of Rock is another one. The music of rock is really good as well.
Just watched that movie recently, actually.
You did? Yeah, me too. The references to different artists is so great. What? You don't know Led Zeppelin? Black Sabbath? Motorhead? What are they teaching you guys? Or something like that. I'm like, I don't care for Motorhead or Black Sabbath, but Led Zeppelin I'm into.
Me and Briar will be the Black Sabbath fans.
Yeah. You ever get the lead out? And they're just like 10-year-old kids. Like, of course they haven't.
Yeah. It's a good movie.
Yeah, Gareth. Hey, Gareth. Thank you.
Gareth.
Gareth got a great channel, Video Tasties. He does videos every day, I'm pretty sure. He does watch-along parties every day, pretty much. But I got to be on his channel one time, which was really cool. I enjoyed that. Talking about James Bond. Mika, thank you. Appreciate the happy birthdays. Got Jackson from Horsetooth Center.
Oh, Jackson.
What's up, guys? Happy birthday. Thank you. I consider you a good YouTube friend. Oh, cool. I hope I enjoy my day, I guess. Yeah. Thank you, Jackson. Yeah, Jackson's. I haven't talked to him lately. It's been a little while, but in fact, Jackson doesn't really. I don't feel like he posts too much. I haven't seen a video for a while. But he's a great YouTuber as well.
I think I might get going in a moment.
6:10
I'm
now.
at 6:10.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Awesome.
One more subscriber.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Right. I made a playlist for you earlier though.
What?
I made a Spotify birthday playlist for you.
Yeah, I saw that.
Cool.
Well, I had a guess at your top 10 songs.
Top 10 songs?
Yeah, I had a guess out of your top 10. I'm not sure how close I got though.
Okay. Yeah, he told me not to listen to it yet or something.
You can look at it now if you want. What songs are on it?
How do I do that?
Well, I can just tell you what songs I've got.
Yeah, because he's using his phone to record.
I'm using my phone.
Yeah.
It's hard to get to places.
So this is my prediction for what your top 10 songs are.
My top 10 songs.
Yeah.
But I guess that year number 10 is "Time in the Bottle" by Jim Croce.
Which one?
Time in the Bottle.
Yes, that's my favorite, Jim Croce.
For your number 9, I guess "Stairway to Heaven."
That's in my top 10, yeah.
For your number 8, I guess Crosby, Stills, Nash song, "Hopelessly Hoping." That gets me number 7, Calico Skies by Paul McCartney.
That's a great song.
Oh, that's a great song.
I guess your number 6 was Won't Get Fooled Again by The Who.
Yeah, that's my favorite Who song.
Number 5, I guess, God Only Knows by the Beach Boys.
Yeah, that's definitely in there. Yeah.
And of course, I went for your number 4. I went with your favourite Crosby, Stills Nash song, Sweet Do Your Blue Eyes.
Yeah, that's in there.
and your top 3 are all your favourite Beatles songs. Let It Be, In My Life, and Yesterday.
Yeah. Those were in there.
I've probably got them right, just in the wrong order.
Yeah, Stairway to Heaven would be higher probably, and yeah, Sweet Jude Blue Eyes. I'll throw Vincent in there from Don McLean, probably in there.
That's a good one.
I love that song, Don McLean. I love American Pie. That's might be in there or close to being in the top 10 songs. Bohemian Rhapsody might be in there. It'd be pretty close if not. But yeah, those are songs I love.
Yeah, to me, like the 5 greatest songs to me, of course, Teach Your Children's the greatest song ever to me.
Mm-hmm.
To me, the second greatest song of all time is Take Me Home, Country Roads by
John Denver.
John Denver. That's to me the second greatest song. And everything after, I'm still thinking of what would come after. But I know from onward, like the other songs would be like Take My Breath Away by Queen.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
To me, the greatest ballad of all time. If that's even considered a ballad, I consider it to be the greatest ballad of all time.
Not the Police song, but the Queen song.
Yeah.
Not the song from Top Gun either.
Yeah.
That's and I'd say of course to me Guitar and Pen from the Who Are You album.
Yeah.
That's just like one of the greatest guitar driven songs ever. And I could think of say more, but to me those are like some of the greatest songs ever.
Mike, when I start singing, I want you to harmonize. I didn't tell you that part.
You didn't tell me, Jason, but too late.
We'll probably get going now then.
All right, Adam. Well,
Have a good one, Adam. Have a good
Have
one.
the rest of your birthday.
Thank you.
Yeah, Jason, have a great birthday. I'm going to head out as well. And it's
Okay.
Pleasure to be here, man. Thanks for the invite.
Thank you for joining me.
Okay, it's great to see you guys as well.
Take care.
Have a good one.
Take care.
Bye.
See ya.
Bye.
Now the Americans are left.
Back to the Americans.
Baby.
David Bowie, the Young Americans.
Young
There you
Americans.
go.
I'm not young, but yeah.
That's a reference to Brian's video earlier.
I wonder if he owns the CD. Pryor, do you own the CD?
What are the chances?
Oh, gee, Wilkers. I
I saw his video this morning.
Yep. Liked your comment.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen your video yet. Yeah, I saw that.
He bought a Johnny Cash album.
One of his
oh, yes.
later ones.
American 4.
It's got Hurt on it.
Wow, that's very dark.
I say if you're gonna buy another CD, Briar, I definitely recommend Ring of Fire.
Yeah.
That's like my big recommended album for
How
you.
about Walk the Line?
No, that album sucks.
Not that album.
Not that one.
I'd say right now my 2 favorite Johnny Cash albums are Walk the Line, and then what's going to be our next review. I've listened to it already. Actually, me and Nick listened to it together. Bitter Tears, The Ballads of the American Indian.
I'm with Jacob on that
It
actually.
was a fantastic album.
And that was the first time I listened to it too. Me and Jacob were discovering the album together actually.
It was so good. It's a dark album, but it's really good though, as far as it being a concept album.
It's kind of like the Plastic Ono Band album by John Lennon, where I'm not going to listen to it that much because of how depressing it's going to make me feel. Like whenever I listen to a John Lennon album, it's usually Mind Games, because whenever I listen to Plastic Ono Band, I'm like, man, I just might off myself just because of how depressed I feel if I listen to it. Like the first song is about how his mother was killed and how his father left him. I'm like, oh, and that's how he opened the album.
What an opener.
Yeah. It's kind of like the Johnny Cash, the Bitter Tears album. Most of it, yeah, it's about the Native Americans and like the injustices against them over the years. And it's like, I mean, these are well written songs, and I appreciate the raw, brutal honesty of these songs. But at the same time, it's like, I won't listen to this album that much, but I'll acknowledge it's one of your best albums.
Yeah, pretty much. And it's like, take a look at the solo Beatle albums. Like the first Ringo song is Sentimental Journey. The first George Harrison song is I'll Have You Anytime. And Paul McCartney is about how lovely Linda is. But then John Lennon's like, my father left me and my mother's dead.
I know.
It's like, man, John Lennon's starting his solo career off with a dark start.
Mother don't go. Yeah. Another trip down memory lane. Yes, I did have a birthday at Chuck E. Cheese when I was a kid. I don't know if everybody has Chuck E. Cheese where you guys are from.
They had one by me, but they took it down.
I used to have a Chuck E. Cheese. There used to be two in where I grew up in Virginia. There's now only one. They're kind of few and far between these days, but it was fun going there as a kid.
Oh, that was like a child's paradise. I mean, you eat pizza and you play video games. I mean, it was like so fun. It was the best place. Like, yeah, I loved. Funny thing that I think that's the only time I went to Chuck E. Cheese for like my birthday party, whatever. Yeah, and I invited like all my friends, of course, like, yeah, we're going to Chuck E. Cheese, And I think my mom, like, my parents got like quarters for us because back then you had to like put quarters in the machines. I don't think you do that anymore, but so you had to get a bunch of quarters together.
Yeah,
and like,
I think arcades have kind of changed in more recent years. I went to an arcade over the weekend with my girlfriend.
Yeah,
and it's not quarters anymore. You reload points on a card and you scan the card, and that's what scans the points.
Yeah, it's so much different than back as a kid. You just pump quarters and
regular show may or may not have made fun of the Chuck E. Cheeses with the episode called Fuzzy Dice.
But I invited all my friends, and only one friend made it because the other ones were busy. So only one friend made it. Zach Beaton. Oh, shout Zach Beaton. I know he's not watching, but really good friend as a kid. Yeah, so it was just me and Zach, and so we got a bunch of quarters because my parents bought quarters for all the kids that were coming, and only one kid came, so we were like loaded with quarters. So and that was fun. It's funny, what was my favorite game? I used to go to the arcade. I don't know if you guys are younger than me, so I don't know if arcades were still a thing when you guys were around.
Oh yeah.
But man, as a kid, that was the funnest thing, going to the arcade and spending hours at the arcade and not even playing games. I just watch other people play games. It was kind of fun. But I don't know if you remember, like I love these kind of somewhat old school games, I guess, maybe today's standards. I love the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles arcade was a blast because you get to play. If you get four friends, you all four can play a turtle, and so it's fun. I love the games where you have multiple people playing together and like working together. That was fun. There was a Simpsons game that was a blast.
I love that game.
Oh, I love that
game. Is awesome.
Yeah, you get to be Homer, Marge, Bart, or Lisa, and it's a kind of another button masher beat 'em up game. That was a total fun. X-Men, they had an X-Men game that was a lot of fun too, where you got to play different X-Men. Those are the kind of games I loved. I mean, and then you had like Street Fighter 2 and Mortal Kombat.
Oh yeah, those are essential games.
Those were essential. Those were blast. I don't know if you guys.
I played those, and to me, my favorite arcade games are the ones that my dad not grew up on, but the ones that my dad played were like Robotron, Asteroids. There's another one where you're a spaceship and you're like killing these. It's not Space Invaders. It's another one where it's called. I'm trying to think of the name of the game, and it's like definitely to me the greatest arcade game ever.
Okay.
Galaga.
Yeah.
I love Galaga.
That's a good one.
Yeah,
that game. That was like that to me. I'm like the best at that. Like I could get up to like a really high level. Like even my dad's like his game is Robotron. The game's called Robotron, and
Robotron.
he's really good at the game. Like I would get like very like so little farther. My dad would just get to like level like 30 something, and I'm like, how can you get that far? My dad's like, I play this game so much when I was a teen. I'm like, that makes sense.
Yeah, I love a lot of the classic arcade games. I grew up playing Pac-Man and Galaga. I remember playing Pole Position's a fun little old school racing game. So I played some of those, and some of them I think might have been at Chuck E. Cheese. It's been a while. I don't remember a lot of the games because it's been so long since I've been to a Chuck E. Cheese. There's one game I do remember at Chuck E. Cheese I really liked. So I was about maybe 7, 8, 9 years old, and around that time I was getting into Star Wars, and they had a game modeled after the pod racing in episode 1.
Yeah.
And you could drive around like you're in the pod race in Star Wars. And the steering in that game was really hard because it had the 2 controls and you were trying to drive it around like you would as a pod racer. But I remember as a kid going, this is so cool.
He said, now this is pod racing or something.
I don't think I said that. I'm not Anakin. I didn't grow up to be Darth Vader. But yeah, but I was, like I said, I was at an arcade this past weekend. We have a really nice arcade in Johnson City, Tennessee. Pretty good size arcade, and there's like a good variety of games. I love playing. They got Mario Kart in there, which I really like playing. There's a really cool version of Connect 4 where
Connect 4.
It's a mix of Connect 4 and basketball, and you throw the basketball in the hoops, and each hoop is like each of the rows on Connect 4, and you play Connect 4 while shooting basketball, which is a really creative way of doing that. I've always liked skee ball. That's at the arcade.
Great one.
There's air hockey, which I really like.
Loved air hockey.
There's a lot of good varieties of games, and then just the games where you just easily scan just to get tickets quickly. Those are fun as well. I don't think I have a favorite game. There's just a lot to choose from.
Yeah. It reminds me. Yeah, the basketball shooting ones are fun. The racing ones are fun because you get a real steering wheel. It's so hard to keep control.
There's this other racing game that's kind of a more realistic version of racing because like the seats vibrate and it feels like you're actually like racing in the game, which is crazy. It's actually so intense you have to put a seatbelt on.
Oh my gosh! And, what if you get into a car crash? Do you have to like get your insurance papers out too?
Yeah, at the glove department.
I don't think it's that wild.
Imagine. It's like where's your insurance? Can we exchange insurances, or you already got it over? You gotta go to jail now.
Police officer cuffs you and takes you. Wow, this is realistic.
But not that realistic, but like the experience of driving.
Yeah. I do what you're talking about.
Oh, we lost Nick.
That was sudden.
He turned into
a car crash, I guess.
He turned into Neil Young.
Now if I go, there's a Dave & Buster's. It's kind of like the new, I think, big video arcade thing. And I've been there once, and like the only thing that was fun to me was the shoot 'em up games are the funnest ones, where you actually have like a gun and you're shooting at things. Like those are the games I play mostly because where usually you're shooting like aliens. And you're like, and it's like those are a blast. Oops.
Yeah.
Thank you. My Chrome kicked me out.
I was like, wow, that was quick. It was
but there was a resort that my parents and my little brother used to go to, and in Virginia, and they had a pinball machine. And guess what the band was?
Kiss.
What's that?
Kiss.
The Who.
Oh, awesome.
Oh,
Who?
That was quite literally the pinball.
Where in Virginia were these pinball machines at?
It was at a resort.
Oh, okay. So it's not the place I was thinking of. Roanoke, Virginia, there's a museum on one of the floors at this museum because they have different floors with different topics. One of the floors has a pinball museum. And they have like a bunch of pinball games in this room, and you can play a bunch of you can just play like an endless amount of pinball. I remember there was one designed after Kiss.
Yeah.
There was another one designed after Elton John. I think it was designed after the Captain Fantastic album, if I remember correctly.
Wow, they made all kinds of pinballs.
I remember there was a Star Wars one in there,
yeah.
Oh yeah, I can imagine if Briar went to there and he saw a Queen pinball machine, he would try to sneak it out, like he walks out with it, and they're like, "What are you doing with that?" It's like, "Oh,
hired to take this back to the shop."
I gotta make it.
and then Briar will make a video. It's like, "I stole a pinball machine," and
oh my
god, he does the record thing. It's like.
Then there's a knock on the door. Please.
Then as he's doing the video, the police will break down his door. You've exposed yourself. Come out with your hands up. No more new videos from Briar.
Yeah, you're like, no videos in the future.
It's like,
I'm busy. Well, I'll be back in like 2 to 3 years.
It might be a while before I make another video.
Hear that, or it's like my life in prison, and it's like, hey guys, it's Briar here. I'm in jail for a very bogus reason. Just wanted to play some pinball.
They let me keep my CD collection, and here it is.
Yeah, it's like, oh yeah, Briar's still able to buy CDs. It's like CD hall in jail.
CD hall. I got 30.
I had to sell my collection to pay bail.
Oh man. It just Briar and the shelf is just completely empty.
I was like, the only CDs that made it out alive were the bad CDs.
Yeah, they didn't want Summer in Paradise for some reason.
Yeah, that's the only CD that came. That's the only CD that came out alive was that one. That's this is my only CD.
Summer in Paradise and Mr. Wonderful.
Yep.
If I ever buy Walk the Line by Johnny Cash, you'd be like, I sold all my records.
I definitely walked the line, all right.
As Jacob would say, I puked the line.
Should we let Jacob crash the party?
I already did.
I don't think so.
Brought his +1.
I guess we'll accept it. I got an interesting question for you guys. If you could bring a singer back from the dead for one day and have a live concert in a day out, who would it be?
Oh, that's a good question.
Mine's
Freddie Mercury.
Mine's easy. Yeah.
Yeah, Freddie Mercury. That's like very easy too.
Yeah. I mean, if you brought George Harrison and John Lennon back from the dead, we could have a Beatles reunion.
I was thinking, which one do I pick? John Lennon, George.
Well, you couldn't bring back both of them, so it would have to be one of the Beatles.
Oh man,
bring back John Lennon. Yes, and yeah, except you'd have Yoko. I don't want to listen to John and Yoko.
I'd bring back George.
Maybe I'd bring back George.
Yeah.
Like
Freddie Mercury's another good one. I'd also say Michael Jackson probably.
I'd bring back John Denver.
Yes.
Denver, yeah.
Yes.
That's another good one.
Definitely. Yeah, that would
I feel like his music was still really good in the 90s, even when
I try to think of artists whose life was cut short. Like
Brian Jones.
I would say going to old school country, I'd say Hank Williams. I'm curious how his career would have been if it wasn't cut short.
Sam Cooke.
Sam Cooke's another one.
I thought he had some really great albums.
Oh, he's great.
Jim Croce.
That's another one.
Yes. Yeah, he had such a short career. Yeah.
Buddy Holly.
Buddy Holly. Oh yeah, 100%.
Imagine
Elvis.
Yeah, because he died. What? Yeah, he wasn't too old when he died.
Yeah, he was in his 40s.
40s. Yeah. So, man, I'm in my 40s. Yeah. So it's. Yeah. Oh, there's a lot of people. I mean, Freddie Mercury. It'd be hard not to say Freddie Mercury because hear him sing live. That'd be a blast for sure. I don't know if I want to hang out with him though. That's the only thing. Necessarily. No offense.
I'd love to interview with Freddie Mercury. Discuss all of his interesting music stories because I definitely imagine that guy having the most interesting music stories. I know he one time fought the lead. I know he fought the lead singer of Sex Pistols.
It was actually the bass. It's actually the bass player he fought with.
Okay, I forgot which one it was, but I remember he fought him. I'm like, that's be the most badass.
Sid Vicious. It was during News of the World.
Yes,
when they were making that album. There it is.
That one
cover.
It's actually another funny story with Freddie Mercury when he actually snuck Princess Diana out of Buckingham Palace. They actually
I know
they dressed her up. And they took her to different clubs around England, and nobody found out. Nobody knew.
That's great.
Wow. I did not know that happened.
Yeah.
Of course,
people say Freddie was always a fun guy to be around. He was fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. If we're talking about bringing back members of Who, it would be John Entwistle. To me, the GOAT of bass players.
Yeah.
Of course, if I had an option of bringing back two people, it would be John Entwistle and Keith Moon. have a Who reunion at MSG, Madison Square Garden. Get to go there in New York. Have a blast.
Yeah, a lot of great. Whack-A-Mole. That was a fun game.
Biggest musical hot take.
Things comes out and you have to hit it. I don't know if that's still a thing. Yeah. Biggest musical hot take.
I have two. I have two big hot takes.
Briar.
Queen. Hey, it worked.
Well, I'd say my first biggest hot take. Well, I don't know if this would be considered a hot take, but my first big hot take of two would be, I think the Grateful Dead is the most overrated band ever.
Yeah.
I don't think they deserve half as much recognition that they do. I don't they have one really good album and then they lose me after that. And my second biggest hot take, and I'm gonna have to give apologies to Scott in advance for this, but I think Sgt. Pepper's is overrated. I don't think it's.
That's a hot take.
I don't think it's anywhere close to being this perfect album that everyone claims it to be. I gave it a good score. Don't get me wrong, but I don't think it's the greatest album of all time like it used to be.
I think it gets overhyped. I would agree with that. I don't think it's the greatest album of all time, but it's a good album.
If you want an album that I could understand where it could be hyped that much, take a look of their albums from Help to Revolver. Those, pick any one of those three albums, and I'll be down for that. For me, that is.
My hot takes are kind of along that line of, and here again, maybe I don't know. For me, I think Prince, David Bowie, Bruce Springsteen are overrated. I don't care for their music. That's my hot takes.
Yeah,
they're huge. Everybody loves their stuff.
Oh yeah, Steely Dan too. I think they're overrated.
I just don't get their music.
Having listened to all their albums, I kind of agree with Nick to a degree on Steely Dan. Musically, they have some great. I like their creativity musically, where they try to fuse rock and funk and jazz, but a lot of the songs don't really click with me. And though I gave two of their albums a 10 out of 10, it's as a whole, I'm greatest band of all time, because some people claim they're the best band.
Yeah, I don't agree.
And I'm not feeling it compared to other bands like the Beatles or Queen or Even the Rolling Stones I enjoy over Steely Dan.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a band that I used to say is very overrated was Velvet Underground at one point, but deep diving them recently changed my mind on that. Same goes with the same goes with the, I'm trying to think of the name.
AC/DC.
No, oh yeah, AC/DC. That's another band. I'm like, man, this band is so overrated. But going through the series with Tyler, it's like, man, this band's actually really good. And same with Tom Petty. I thought he was really overrated, but now that I've been listening to him more, my opinion has changed.
Yeah, there's two singer songwriters I consider overrated. Where like I respect their craft, but I'm not too crazy of them. I'm not the biggest Bob Dylan fan. Like I respect him as a songwriter, but his voice I'm not the biggest fan of on some of these songs, especially the older he gets.
Yeah,
and I'm not crazy on Neil Young either, personally.
That's fair. The other artist I was trying to say is Lou Reed. I thought he was overrated, but again, it's just some artists I have to listen to more to get, especially Lou Reed. Lou Reed's like an artist that like when you listen to him the first time, you're like, what is this like Bob Dylan wannabe guy? But then like when you listen to him, like when you listen to him in the right mood, he's like a really good artist. But again, you have to be in the right mood to do that. It took me a while to do that. For me, that is.
Yeah. I've tried listening to Lou Reed one time, and I don't get him at all.
either.
Like I've heard "Walk on the Wild Side." And I'm like, what is this song? This is awful.
Wild Side. Yeah. Briar's hot take is it's not that funny is the greatest Fleetwood Mac song. Am I close?
Not even close.
That's not your.
Oh yeah, here's my big hot take. I think Genesis could be loved both periods of the band. I think Peter Gabriel's amazing. I think Phil Collins is amazing. I think they both have their highs. I think they both have their lows. But at the end of the day, they both produce great music. I know it's either Peter Gabriel or you're Phil Collins. You can't be in between. I'm in between, guys. Same goes for Fleetwood Mac. I think all their periods have their highs. I think all the periods have their lows. That's just a tricky thing when bands have different like periods. Like, of course, there's with the bands like the Beatles. There's like really two periods of the Beatles. There's their early beat group days, and then there's their later experimental, drugged out years. And there's usually, but then like with the Beatles, with Beatle fans, it's always like, like agreed upon that all of it's great. But then there's bands like Fleetwood Mac or the Bee Gees or Genesis where they have different periods, but it's so divisive amongst the fans of the band. Like they're a fan of the band, but like for completely different reasons. Like the Bee Gees, it's like, oh, I'm a fan of their pre-disco stuff, but when they got to disco, I think they became crap. But then there's people who really dug their disco stuff, who's like, I don't like their earlier stuff. I think it's crap. But when they get into disco, that's when they get really good. So it's to me, it's crazy how that works for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can vouch and agree with that. I'm going into the Genesis series with Scott over on his channel, and we just finished the Peter Gabriel album, which I wasn't even familiar with. And I'm like, okay, this Peter Gabriel era is pretty good. I still think Phil Collins is a better lead vocalist, but this early era actually had some really good stuff musically. And I'm going to say right now, A Trick of the Tail is my favorite Genesis album currently, the first one with Phil Collins on lead vocals.
That's a good one.
Ripples is amazing if you've not heard that song. That's my new favorite Genesis song.
That's one of my favorite.
Oh, yeah. I almost forgot to mention this big hot take of mine, but I know Jacob really likes this particular artist, but I'm going to say it. I think Elvis is extremely overrated. I don't like any of the songs. Jacob and Scott try to find a song that I might like, but to me, I don't. It's kind of like with Mike. It's like I know like not as much, but like the not as much I know. I can't stand any of it.
Like I mean, not even this song's your favorite. We will let me be loving teddy bear.
What? That was probably the worst song I've heard from him.
That's the worst song.
I think his voice annoys me. It sounds like he took a big scoop of peanut butter and like locked it down his mouth. And that was it. He was
So your worst collaboration would be like Donald Fagen from Steely Dan duet with Elvis Presley.
Oh yeah, like Gaucho.
Whatever.
Well, let's
Gaucho is a terrible album. I will vouch with Nick on that.
Oh yeah, that album sucks. But Gaucho, Donald Fagen with the country Elvis Presley. That just makes for a nightmare of an album.
Worst duet of all time.
Like to me, the greatest duet would be Steve Marriott from Small Faces and trying to think of the band he was with after that, and Freddie Mercury doing a duet. That would be the greatest collaboration of all time. But then there's Elvis and Gaucho, Steely Dan, and I'll just be like, no, this is the worst thing I've ever heard in my entire life.
Like I don't hate Donald Fagen's vocals. Like he's a solid singer on the other Steely Dan albums, but for some reason on Gaucho, he sounds like Nick says it best. He sounds like drunk Bob Dylan trying to do a jazz album.
Yeah, I know. Right now, if Tyler and Scott are watching, or if they're watching it later, their hearts are being broken right now.
I mean, if you like the album, more power to you. Music is super subjective and all that, but I don't get that album at all.
Yeah.
Do you have a hot take, Briar? I don't know if you're a big hot take guy or not.
Not usually.
Yeah.
Majority of the time, I just follow with the majority people. I mean, I guess I'm kind of like Jason. I'm not really a huge on Springsteen, even though I have 4 albums of his.
Okay.
I think musically he's good, but yeah, the voice is very hit or miss. Like sometimes he sounds fine.
That's what I think.
Other times it just sounds really over the top.
The USA.
That's the biggest offender. I never liked that song.
To me, he's like an Elvis wannabe to me.
I feel like he does
a little bit.
Words. I listen to his music and I'm like, I have no idea what he's singing. I just can't understand the words. Weird way.
Maybe we were born
higher, so you're higher. I'm like, what? Fire? I think.
My dad makes it. He always, every time he sees Bruce Springsteen perform, he's like, why does Bruce Springsteen always look like it's so painful to sing?
I always despise. To me, I always despise when. I forgot what I'm despising right now, but yeah, I despise when people say he's the boss. He's the boss. I'm like, boss of what? Being boss of being a bad vocalist? I'd be like, if that's the case, he still wouldn't be the boss. I think Donald Fagen would be the boss, or Elvis Presley would be the boss.
He's the king.
Oh yeah, he's the king, and Donald Fagen is merely the boss.
Okay.
Is anyone here a fan of George Michael?
Yeah,
I think he's extremely overrated.
I was gonna say we don't really talk about George Michael ever as a group.
I despise every song for him. When he was with the band, that little group he was in, and
Talks about Wham.
Wham. I hate Wham and I hate George Michael.
Ooh.
I heard a song by him that was actually pretty good, and I was kind of shocked. I was like, "Wow, this is actually like really good." And I'm not gonna remember the song, but
Hurry up, before you go.
That's
Don't
like
be hanging on that.
But
I love that song.
I think Carol's Whisper's annoying.
Oh
I
no,
love that song. I love
that's
the
my
sax.
favorite George Michael song.
I can't stand it.
Like-
The sax part is the saxophone's okay, but
fun fact: the saxophone on Careless Whisper is the same who did the sax on "One Year of Love" by Queen.
Oh, that's cool.
Hmm.
You know what's funny? I used to not be a fan of 1 Year of Love, but I remember Jason and Breyer defending that song. I'm like, oh, I got that in Princes of the Universe. I'm like, I got to listen to those songs again because maybe there's something I'm missing. That and Get Down, Make Love by Queen, which is now like a song that I think is a banger.
George Michael had a song called Faith.
Yeah,
that's a good song.
Yeah, that's a good one. I have the album actually. I have that album.
One Grammy album of the year too, Faith.
And there's the whole Freddie Mercury tribute concert, and George Michael sung "Somebody to Love," and I thought he did a fabulous job at it.
Yeah, I've heard that version. He did a really good job on it.
There was a rock band in the 2000s that did Faith, or maybe the 90s. It might have been 90s. Like Limp Bizkit or something. I can't remember who it was. Probably. They did Faith, and I thought that was a really good version because it was a heavy rock version of Faith. And I always thought that was the first. I heard that first, and then later I heard Michael. Oh, George Michael has a version. Oh, it's a George Michael because I forget it was like a hard rock band. They're like, you gotta have faith, and they're like, really.
I heard a clip of that version. I didn't realize they covered that, and I never got into Limp Bizkit, so I heard that. And I'm like, this version's horrible.
I think their version of Behind Blue Eyes is abysmal.
Yeah, that's another one.
And here's my big hot take. Another big hot take is I think Disturbed's version of Sounds of Silence is complete garbage.
Yeah.
Oh, you want to hear my hot take?
What?
I like the Disturbed version over the original.
What?
They mutilate that song. I'm sorry. I disagree. They took a beautiful song by Simon and Garfunkel and they just destroy it. They massacred my boy.
They massacred my boy. Yeah, he brings up "Sun Goes Down." Yeah, that's a good one with Elton John.
Yeah, that's a good version.
I've heard that. They play that quite a bit on the radio.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I like. Yeah, I haven't deep dive into Wham or George Michael. I know like the big hits, and those are good hits. Like "Careless Whisper," I love that song. "Wake Me Up Before You Go Go." Of course, you got "Last Christmas," which is a banger.
That's
pretty good. "One More Try" is a really good George Michael song. "Father Figure," "Freedom's" pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
I will say, "I Want Your Sex" is hot garbage. That one is.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but every song you mentioned, I can't stand any one of them. It's just I don't know, just his sound, the production, his voice, everything just annoys me about him.
I just never got into him. It's just one of those artists I don't know.
Like whenever we get to Careless Whisper for the 80s, whatever year that is, when me and Jason get to our top songs of the 80s, that's going to be the worst song of that year for me.
Oh.
That's going to be the song I find. And then whatever year "Wake Me Up Before You Go Go," that's going to be the worst song, whatever that year is.
Oh no. Oh yeah. I won't be heavily disagreeing. I love both those songs.
Yeah, whenever George Michael sorry, what was that?
I don't want to say George Michael died young, but it seemed like he died.
He died in
Like
2015 or 16. He was in his 50s, I think.
Yeah, so he wasn't. I mean, not super young, but still not old. Like he died kind of before his time, almost.
Yeah.
Like I can't remember exactly what happened, but it seems sudden. Right?
Yeah, whenever. Yeah, that's gonna be the only thing that's gonna think about the '80s top songs of those years, is because I'm gonna tear in some George Michael.
There's gonna be some that's '80s. I tell you right now. Hey guys, I'm gonna open up some CDs because I don't know what's in here. So we're all gonna experience this for the first time.
Imagine it's
live unboxing.
Live unboxing.
George Michael's discography.
Reverse CD.
Wake me up
oh.
before you go. Leave me hanging on like a
Bruce
ghost.
Springsteen, Born to Run.
All right, so it looks like we got 14 CDs.
Okay.
We'll see how many of these you guys have, especially Briar. All right, first one. Hey, look at this. Wingspan.
Oh, okay.
Paul McCartney, Hits in History.
I don't own any of his live albums. Not even the triple live album with the I'm Going to America or something. I know I don't know I'm forgetting the name of the album, but I know there's a triple album.
Yeah, Wings
it's like
Over America.
Yeah, Wings Over America.
Are you guys familiar with this?
I've seen that live album, but I've never listened to it.
This is a live album?
Yeah. Hold on, let me look it up.
So it has a lot of songs. There's two discs. First one's called Hits, and there's 18 songs on there. And I mean, looking at it, Listen to What the Man Said, great song. Band on the Run, one of my favorites. Another Day, great. Live and Let Die, also a great song. Jet, My Love, Silly Love Songs. Pipes of Peace, that's cool. Sea Moon, Hi Hi Hi, Let 'Em In, great song. Good Night Tonight, I don't know if I know that one. Junior's Farm, I still don't think I've heard that one, but I've heard it's good. Mulligan Tire, I love Mulligan Tire, one of my favorites. Uncle Albert, Alvin Housley, classic. With a Little Luck, great song, one of my favorites.
I was wrong. It's just the compilation album.
Yeah, it looks like a compilation. Coming Up and No More Lonely Nights. So those are the hits. I don't know what History means because they're hits too. The second disc is called History, but Let Me Roll It, Lovely Linda. That's not a hit song. That's just
what? It's like a 40-minute like track that opens up his debut album. What the heck is that doing on there?
I know
it's so weird.
Well, yeah. Daytime, Nighttime Suffering. Don't know that one. Okay. Maybe I'm amazed. I mean, that's a huge hit.
That's like the greatest.
That's like one of his best. Hell on Wheels, which I heard
Hello Wheels
around the Band on the Run time period. Bluebird, which is on Band on the Run, great song. Heart of the Country, which is on Ram, great song. Every Night, which is on the debut.
Love that song.
Great song. Take It Away. Not sure I know that one.
Oh, that's a great song. That's from his Tug of War album, which.
Oh, it's from Tug of War.
Okay. Oh, I love that song. Take it away.
Okay. Junk. I love that song. Debut. Man, We Was Lonely. I believe also from the debut.
Yeah.
Venus and Mars Rock Show, which is from Venus and Mars. The Backseat of My Car. Great song. Underrated song from Ram, I believe. Or from Ram, maybe? Yeah.
Yeah. No. It's from Ram.
I think it's from Ram. Yeah.
It's the last song on Ram.
Last song on that. Yeah, it's a really good song. Rockstra Theme, I don't know.
That's from their. It's from Back to the Egg. It's decent.
Back to the Egg, okay. Girlfriend, great song.
That's from the London Town album.
Yeah.
Michael Jackson did a version of that song. I gotta say, I think McCartney's version is way better.
I like McCartney's version.
I've actually heard both versions. Okay. I actually prefer Michael's version. Paul has some weird vocals on his version. He's like, nah. Sing normally, Paul.
Got Waterfalls. I'm not sure about that one.
Oh, that's from McCartney 2.
McCartney 2. Yeah, I'm not. That's one I haven't listened to too many times. Tomorrow. I'm not sure I know that one either.
Wildlife.
Okay.
Love that song.
That's one of the first. That's towards the.
That's towards the end of the album.
Too Many People. Great song from Ram. Call Me Back Again. Not sure about that one.
Venus and Mars.
Tug of War, of course, good song from Tug of War.
That song.
Not very long song, I don't think. Is it?
Yeah, it's one of the. It's 4 minutes.
Okay. It's a tug of war. Good stuff. Bebop, Hey Diddle.
Previously unreleased, recorded in 1971.
And then another No More Lonely Nights. So 2 versions. Anyways, Lots of songs, and I love Paul McCartney. So thank you, Rob. That's awesome. Add to my Paul McCartney collection. All right, let's see what we got next. We have Sheryl Crow.
Okay.
Never heard of that artist.
Tuesday music.
Sheryl Crow was big in the '90s. I think she was like consider her like alternative pop rock in the '90s. She's actually done a little bit of country in more recent years.
Yeah.
If you've seen the movie Cars, the song that opens the movie, then the racetrack, Real Gone, that's Sheryl Crow.
Okay.
She did a song with Kid Rock that was kind of a big hit.
Oh yeah, I put your picture away. Yeah, I know that song very well.
I don't know this album. I don't know her albums. I did like her though in the late '90s, early 2000s. She had a.
She did one of the James Bond songs in the '90s.
Tomorrow Never
Dies.
Tomorrow Never Dies. Yeah, I think it's a great song. Yeah.
I think her biggest hit in the '90s. I've heard it. All I Want to Do Is Have Some Fun. You know,
yes, first big hit that I remember her coming out with.
So now Tomorrow Never Knows, but now Tomorrow Never Dies.
Yep.
I like Tomorrow Never Dies, the song, better. And that's just one of the okay James Bond songs, in my opinion.
Oh. Yes. She had a really good song, yeah, like one of her early ones. If it makes you happy.
Oh, yeah. I know
a really great song.
I know that one. Yeah.
Mistake is a good song. You're my beautiful, or it's a beautiful mistake, or something like that.
I like Every Day is a Winding Road.
Yeah, she had a lot of good songs. So this has All I Want to Do on it.
Okay.
It's like the big song. So this must be, I wonder if this must be one of her early first ones. She looks pretty young there, so it must be like her first one. I bet you anything. 1993, so this must have been like her first album, I bet. I mean, yeah, if someone can look that up.
What's the name of the album?
Tuesday Night Music Club.
That's her first album.
Okay.
1993.
Wow. So I was 10 years old when it came out. And none of you were born, but
2 years before me, so okay, Strong Enough's on that album too. That's a good song as well.
That's a good song. You're right. Are you strong enough?
Are you strong enough to be my man? I think's the hook.
Enough to be my... Okay, that's a good song. I mean, I don't mind this at all because she's a singer-songwriter. I think she has a good voice. Do you know anything about her, Briar?
I don't have anything from her, but I know of her. I do know her.
You know of her.
I think she was recently inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Really?
Yeah, I think she. Don't remember. I know she made buzz in there.
All right, looks like it says Jimi Hendrix Blues. I don't know. I'm not sure what.
Yeah, I don't know.
Compilation.
I don't know anything about that album.
Let's see. We got
compilation something.
Hear My Train a Coming acoustic by Jimi Hendrix. Born Under a Bad Sign from Booker T. Jones and William Bell. Red House from Jimi Hendrix.
That's a good song.
Okay. Catfish Blues, arranged by Jimi Hendrix. Voodoo Child Blues by Jimi Hendrix.
I really like that song.
Manish Boy, I love that song. That's a great song. That's an awesome song.
By who?
Muddy Waters.
That's a good song.
Yeah, definitely check that out. I'm a boy. Oh, it's so good. Once I Had a Woman by Jimi Hendrix. Bleeding Heart, arranged by Jimi Hendrix. Jelly 292 by Jimi Hendrix. Electric Church Red House by Jimi Hendrix. And then we end with Hear My Train a Coming, electric version. So I don't know. I only know one song. And I don't know. Are these songs that were on albums?
No, they were like, it's either songs. Well, I know Red House is on the UK version of the Hendrix Experience's debut album.
Ah,
because there's a UK version of Are You Experienced, and Red House was on that album.
Oh, okay. I like the CD. The CD looks cool.
Yeah, I agree.
That's a good looking CD. All right, so I got some blues. I'm not the biggest blues guy, Rob, but that's fine.
Yeah.
I'll give it a listen.
I was about to ask. I'm like, does this Rob guy know your musical taste? Because you don't like stuff that's either too long or too bluesy.
And they're all like 7 to 8 minute songs, so it might be. All right.
You're gonna have to send Rob an angry letter. How dare you send me this CD? It's too long and too bluesy. You know I hate that crap.
I appreciate Rob giving me these. It's very nice of him. I got Eddie Money.
Oh, Eddie Money. Okay.
Greatest Hits. Sound of Money. Eddie Money, Sound of Money, Greatest Hits.
Okay, I know of Eddie Money. Yeah.
I have a compilation of his.
Oh, I love his song. Take Me Home Tonight.
Yeah, that's my favorite song.
Yeah, it's a good song.
I know that song.
I also like.
Ronnie
I got
Spector guesting
2
on it.
tickets to paradise.
Oh, that's a great song. See, if we're talking about an artist of the '80s who made like overly poppy stuff that I love, that's something that I really like. I feel like Eddie Money should have been more recognized than George Michael.
Yeah, I don't know much about Eddie Money. I've heard the name, and those are some hit songs I've heard of.
Yeah, I know that one. 2 tickets to paradise. I know he also did. I think it's called "Baby Hold On to Me."
No, that's a good song.
Will be.
Oh, okay.
I know those 3 at least.
Yeah, I feel like you're gonna like that compilation, Jason.
Okay. I'm trying to open it. I'm having a hard time. He put some tape around.
Yeah.
All right. There's no back to this. I don't know if he's missing the back, I'm guessing. So we got Baby Hold On, which I think you mentioned. 2 Tickets to Paradise. Peace in Our Time. Where's the Party? Live version. I Want to Go Back. Walk on Water.
That's a good song.
That's a good song. All right. Shaken.
That's a good one.
Okay. Take Me Home Tonight.
Yeah, that's the big one.
Oh, that's like the best one.
That's probably the best one. Think I'm in Love.
Oh, I know that one.
You do?
It's played at the end of Paul Blart Mall Cop. That's how I know the song.
That's a great one.
Think I'm in love.
Looking Through the Eyes of a Child.
That's a good song.
No Control. We Should Be Sleeping. And Stop Stepping on My Heart. So
That was an okay one.
I guess I know 3 of these, so this will be a new discovery for me. So thank you, Rob. That's awesome. Add it to my... I've been getting a lot of greatest hits stuff. I do kind of like getting through the greatest hits lately. All right. Next we got... Looks like Midnight Oil. Blue Sky Mining.
Yeah, that's a good. I like that album. That's a good one.
You know it?
Yeah, I know it. It's kind of like they're an Australian band.
Okay.
Kind of an alternative rock sound.
Oh, so what period are we talking?
Like that album came out in 1990.
1990. Okay, so we're talking 90s.
Yeah. Their biggest album was Diesel and Dust, which was 87, which was the one before it. That's a good album too.
What's the big song they have?
Beds Are Burning is the biggest hit, probably.
Okay, I know that song. It's pretty good.
Okay, so I probably don't know any of these songs then.
Yeah. No, they're like Beds Are Burning was like their only big hit here in America. Australia, they're one of the biggest bands there down under.
Okay.
Yeah.
Midnight Oil, yeah, I don't know if I know that.
And funny enough, the lead singer actually got elected into their Australian parliament for a number of years. And people say it was actually not bad.
That's always funny when like an athlete's like all of a sudden a politician. Like, what's going on here?
Yeah.
Like Pacquiao is like, I think he's in the government of like Philippines or something.
Arnold Schwarzenegger was governor of California, so
Yeah.
For some reason, I could see Tom Brady running for president.
Yeah.
Last I heard, because I used to be on American Idol kick, like Clay Aiken was pretty big. Last I heard, he was in politics now, which is really weird to me.
Sonny
Yeah.
Bono from Sonny and Cher
Was
went
a-
into politics
Yeah, he was a congressman, maybe.
somewhere around those lines.
I think it was congressman, maybe. Yeah, he was.
To me, it's like strange. I'm like, the guy who's saying "I got you, babe" is like
I know.
going in
His
politics.
tagline, "I got you, babe."
That
Yeah.
was he won when he got it. That was his
That's his campaign.
probably what he said after he got elected. He's like, "You voted me in.
And
I got you, babe."
So
Oh my god!
I'd
That
vote
would
for
be
that.
I'd vote for that. Yeah, I'd be like, was Schwarzenegger governor when you were a kid, Briar?
Probably not. He
Okay.
might have been. I don't. Maybe when I was born, he was just getting out of it. I don't know. I don't know the exact timeline.
Okay. Yeah, interesting governor, to say the least.
Apparently, at one point he came to my high school. Well, I wasn't. Of course, I wasn't born, but he came to the high school that I went to speak. So that was interesting.
Yeah.
Imagine he's like, "I'll be back."
Do people in California at all, or?
They do. I mean, I don't know the consensus of if he was good or not. So
I know, or like, oh, that was terrible, or that was great when he was governor.
I don't know. I don't really know the consensus.
I know. All right, I want to say Nick. I don't think is a fan of this person, but I might be wrong. We'll see. Jimmy Buffett.
He's okay.
Okay, I couldn't remember if he had a hot take on him or not.
No. I would have remembered. I think his song "Margaritaville" is decent.
Okay, but this is called Banana Wind.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I know he passed away.
I'm very familiar with Jimmy Buffett. My dad's a pretty big fan of Jimmy Buffett. My dad, when he was in the military, after 9/11, he was stationed a year in Cuba, and while he was there, he got to see Jimmy Buffett perform.
Wow, this must be a later album. It says 1990.
That was probably after like his peak years. It sounds like.
Yeah, because his big stuff was in the 70s?
Yeah, his big stuff was in the 70s. That's Margaritaville, his biggest hit. And then another good one is Cheeseburger in Paradise. I love that song.
Margaritaville is the only song I'm not familiar with.
He had kind of a late resurgence in the 2000s when he was he had a few hits on country radio. He had a song with Alan Jackson called "It's 5 O'clock Somewhere." Pretty good.
Of course, that's a country song.
Yeah, it is a country song. It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
If it's about drinking, it's a country song usually.
Yeah, it's about drinking.
Unless Johnny Cash does it, because Johnny Cash sings, it may or may not have killing in it. Take point. Delia's gone.
One more row.
Delia's gone and Cocaine Blues.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I shot a man in Reno just to watch him die.
Oh, yeah, that's another one.
That's a great line.
Took a shot of cocaine and I shot that bad blank down.
I got all this sticky tape on. I'm trying to get off. I don't know if you ever get that, Briar.
Yeah, it's annoying. I collect CDs.
Get off. Yeah. Well, and then if you buy like used DVDs, they might still have the sticky stuff on it. Like, why do people do this?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind getting to Jimmy Buffett. I don't know enough of his music, so it'd be fun to discover some of the stuff.
Yeah.
He just died.
I think it was like a year ago, maybe. Yeah, it was pretty recent. I think
it was fairly recent. Yeah.
I think he had some cancer or something. He was in his 70s.
Yeah, I remember thinking I need to listen to Jimmy Buffett now because he died.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, Margaritaville's considered a classic.
That's a great song. I like Wasting Away in Margaritaville. All right, I got Sounds of the 70s.
Ooh.
It says 1970 on it. So,
is it a compilation of just the year or the whole decade?
I think of the year 1970.
Okay.
All right. So, Steve, tell me if you heard these. Up
Okay.
Around the End.
Yep.
Oh yeah, it's
Yep.
legendary.
I think we all know that song.
Yeah.
War by
Yep.
Edwin Starr.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's,
Yeah.
Wow! Ooh!
War?
Yeah! What is it good for? Yeah, that one.
That's a great song. Domino from Van Morrison. I don't know if I know.
It's okay to
I
me.
don't
I'm
think I
not.
know
I'm
that
not
one.
really. I'm not really that into Van Morrison.
I haven't got into him really too much. The Moon Dance, I think it's a good album.
Moon Dance is a great song.
Yeah, oh, it's a great song. Yeah, I like Moon Dance.
I can't stand.
Brown Eyed Girl's a good song.
I can't stand that song for the life of me. Brown-eyed girl. You are brown-eyed girl.
Oh, that song. Oh, I love that song.
I love that song.
I know.
And that song just got overplayed. It to me, it's just, like, to me, there's songs that got overplayed that I'm like not as interested anymore, like Stairway. Then there's songs that got better with airplay, like Benny and the Jets. And then there's songs that I just didn't care for that got overplayed. I'm like, yeah, I didn't like the song to begin with, but now I really don't like the song. And Brown Eyed Girl was one of those songs.
Yeah, I will say there's one song I'm still a fan of, but I've heard it so many times. I'm like, okay, I don't need to hear this song as much as I used to. You know, Joan Jett had "I Love Rock and Roll." I've heard that song way too many times. I still like the song.
Not me.
I'll sing along to it, but to me, I Hate Myself for Loving You is way better, and that song doesn't get enough play. I love that song.
To me, the most annoying thing about that song is the chorus. I love rock and roll.
That's not even her song. It was a cover.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I think the original's way better.
Band called the Arrows or something.
Ah, okay.
Same with I Want Candy. I Want Candy wasn't even in. I forgot where it got popular, but I like the Strange Love version better.
Yeah, Weird Al Yankovic wrote the original, right? I Love Rocky Road.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
right.
I love. See, I like that. I think the Al Yankovic version's amazing.
Mama Told Me Not to Come.
That's a good song.
That's a good one. 3 Dog Night.
Mama Told Me Not to Come. Yeah. The Rapper by Jaggers.
Never heard of that.
I don't know that one.
Oh, no, that one. This one, maybe Nick has heard this one. We'll see. Uncle John's Band by the Grateful Dead.
Yeah,
That song sucks.
I don't know that one.
I hate that song is garbage.
There's only 2 songs I know from the Grateful Dead. Truckin', catchy song.
I hate that song.
Touch of Grey is their biggest hit, and that one's okay.
I don't like that song at all.
I don't know any Grateful Dead song, so this will be a new one. Got friend Karen. Hey, thank you, my friend.
Yeah, Grateful Dead. It's a hard discography to get. It's hard for me to like a song from them, to be honest. I mentioned this before. I think they're extremely overrated.
How many albums do they have?
I believe 13.
Okay.
Oh, that's not too bad.
And like I said, every Friday on my community tab, I'm reviewing an album, each their albums every Friday.
Okay, well, good luck with that. Since you
First
don't
album I like, but the second album, it's gonna be a harsh review for me. I thought their second album was just meandering nonsense.
Do you have any Grateful Dead, Briar?
3.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Do you own the debut?
No.
That's their only good album I've heard from them. It's like, to me, it's like Jefferson Air. Well, I want to say it's inspired by. It sounds like Jefferson Airplane, but Jefferson Airplane took influence from Jerry Garcia, so Jefferson Airplane sounded like them. And yeah, I like the sound, their debut sound. I like it.
All right.
Got Spirit in the Sky.
Oh, I love that song.
Good song.
By Norman Greenbaum. Yeah. The Letter by Joe Cocker, which is
that's awesome.
I think it was a cover.
I like that cover better than the original.
It's a great song.
I don't like Joe Cocker.
You don't like Joe Cocker? Yeah, he's different.
His Beatle covers are awful.
Oh.
I'll eat it with a little help from my friends.
I just know that. No.
Songs, well, his other songs are good. Like I thought his other I thought the letter was decent, but yeah, his cover of With the Love for My Friends, like everything I liked about that song, he he took it all away. It's just this
Well, that's the point.
slow, just a slow meandering track. It's so
they changed it.
It puts me to sleep.
Got Black Magic Woman.
That's a great song.
Classic.
Is that the Santana or Fleetwood Mac?
Santana.
Santana, okay.
I like Fleetwood Mac's version better.
Love on a Two-Way Street. I don't know this one.
Me neither.
From the Moments.
I've never heard of that.
All right. This is probably my favorite song on the album right here. He ain't heavy. He's my brother.
Oh, nice. It's a good one.
That's one of my favorites. So we got a Hollies in here. ABC.
Jackson 5. Love that song.
And
that's my favorite. That's my favorite Jackson 5 song.
And guess what, Jacob? It's actually a really good album too. It's better than any of Michael Jackson's early albums.
Yeah, I've been meaning to want to do the Jackson 5 at some point. Which when I do that, I'll combine that and the Jacksons because they're pretty much one and the same.
Yeah.
Actually, technically, if we're including the Jacksons, my favorite is "Blame It on the Boogie." I love that song.
I'd like to do a Jackson 5 deep dive with someone at some point.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. You don't know much about their discography, just their hit songs. You got American Woman. Good
that's a great song. I feel like the Guess Who gets a bad rap.
Oh yeah, they don't.
Why do they get a bad rep? Like all the songs I've heard from them are awesome.
Oh,
I know.
Amazing.
I know. Tastes Like Music, Cramser, and Yo, they really don't like that band, especially Cramser. I mean, then again, he despises the Monkees and ABBA, so it's like I can't really take Cramser that seriously sometimes.
Yeah, After Midnight.
Oh, that's a good one. Eric Clapton.
Kind of classic, yeah.
That's a good song.
Is that an early? That's 1970, so it must be an early.
I think that was.
Solo?
I think that was on. I think his first solo album. I think.
This is right after. Was Dagger and Dominoes? Was that in the 60s? Wasn't it?
That was 1970.
Oh, okay. So it's around that time. Okay. Got Green Eyed Lady.
I never cared for that song.
Yeah, I haven't heard it in a while. Green Eyed Lady. Yeah.
Yeah, I never cared for that one.
Iron Rain. Great song.
Oh, that's a good one.
Probably my favorite James Taylor song. The Tears of a Clown.
It's a good one.
By Smokey Robinson Miracles. I didn't know that was 1970.
That's a good song.
Great song. I love the Johnny Rivers version as well. Great. Lonely Days by the Bee Gees.
Oh, that's an underrated Bee Gees song.
I don't know if I know that song.
Oh yeah, that was from I believe their second 70s album, 2 Years On. I thought it was one of the better songs on that album.
That's a great song.
Yeah, and another great song around that period is "Never Mend with a Broken Heart."
How can you mend the broken heart?
How can you mend?
That's my favorite early era Bee Gees song.
That's a great song.
They're another band I want to do a deep dive on with someone. Is the Bee Gees? I think both periods are great. I think their early 60s period is great, but then their disco period is just as great too.
Yeah, I mean you can't go wrong with Staying Alive, and You Should Be Dancing.
Oh yeah, we would. Whoever joins me on that series, we would have to include that album.
Probably my favorite, but yeah.
Well, either we would have to include Saturday Night Fever, or we would just talk about those songs at the end of one of their albums.
Yeah,
I think I heard that album because it won Grammy Album of the Year, and the Bee Gees was the only good part of that album. The rest I didn't like, if I remember right. If I listen to that soundtrack. Got Ride, Captain Ride. It's a pretty decent song. That's a fine song.
Yeah, I've heard that song.
All Right Now by Free. I don't know if I know that's a good song.
All right now, baby.
Oh yeah, it's
Paul Rogers before Bad Company.
That's a classic.
And then we got Thank You for Being Myself Again by Sly.
Oh, Sly and the Family Zone. That song rocks.
I know it was a #1 hit. I remember that. Yeah. Anyways, that's a pretty good.
That's a mostly good collection there.
Pretty good collection there.
Besides Grateful Dead for me.
Besides that, yeah. All right. Here's somebody I don't know. Let's see. Victoria Williams.
Victoria Williams. That's like the greatest artist of all time. No, I never heard of her either.
That must be the Victoria in Victoria's Secret. I'm just kidding. I don't know who that is.
That's called Loose. And there's a picture of her and her dog there in the back.
Yeah, never heard of her.
Never heard of this one. 1994, so the 90s. I was familiar with the 90s, but don't know what style, but so new discovery there. Do you know Briar? You'd be the
No.
I feel like you're the only one that might.
I could just see Briar like taking out CDs, like, oh, I know this one.
Yeah, Briar would take out the whole discography. Oh, I got all 10s.
And if I don't know it, you can't see it, but I'm writing notes underneath.
Or like it Briar has it in his Amazon wait list. Like, I need to buy this now. You could have every artist that everyone has. I mean, I was reviewing every Love and Spoonful album, and that enticed you to buy Love and Spoonful albums.
Yeah.
All right. Somebody we've talked about before. We got Bob Marley.
Bob
Really? Okay.
Greatest hits, I assume.
What
More?
it was the one Adam suggested.
That would have been perfect if that was the case. If it was Exodus, that would have been.
It's a different. It's kind of a weird looking best of thing. It says more of, so is this like a second?
Probably like a volume 2.
Yeah, it sounds like it. What about volume 1?
I can tell you my favorite Bob Marley song. I've heard this song since I was a kid, and it's the biggest earworm from him. Three Little Birds is awesome. I love it.
That's a really good song.
I also like One Love is a great song.
Yeah, we got Soul Almighty.
That's a good song.
I probably won't know these songs. Kaya.
Oh, I love that song. That song's amazing.
Trench Town Rock.
That's pretty good.
400 Years.
Oh, that's a really good song.
Do It Twice.
I really like that song.
Okay, good. Stop the Train.
That's another good song.
Reaction.
That's a good song.
Put It On.
That's good.
Bussin' and Fightin'.
That's a pretty good song too.
Memphis. I don't know if that's a cover or if that's.
I've never heard that one before. Probably.
Because we've heard of Memphis from the Hollies, right? Or am I crazy?
Yeah, that version is awful.
From their debut album. African Herb Man.
That's a good song.
And All in One. So
that's a really good song. Yeah, you got a really good CD there.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not familiar.
I don't know anything from that album.
Me either. So that'd be a new discovery for me. Some reggae. Got some reggae. Got some
reggae, man.
Got some.
You have any Bob Marley, Briar?
Booze.
Actually, no.
Well, have any of you seen the Bob Marley movie that just came out?
I haven't seen.
It looked like a very generic, disposable biopic when I saw the trailer.
I haven't heard much. Yeah. Anything real great about it, but
I'm not really a biopic guy, if you're asking me.
Here's one you might be familiar with.
There we go.
Oh,
yeah. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. That's a good album.
It's funny. Is that the one? Is this the same one you got, Brian, or is this different?
No, mine. I think that's in like an earlier release of it.
Well, it seems like this whole thing is like covering up this kid here.
Yeah.
And
mine. Yours is a jewel case. Mine's is a kind of like a digipack.
That's the one I have, Briar.
Yeah. This is like the new. I forget when these came out. These like a remastered.
What songs are on that album, Jason?
The song remains.
Well, I can't really tell you because this CD doesn't have it.
Yeah.
Unless you take out the disc.
Our song remains the same. The Rain song, Go Over the Hills and Far Away, The Crunge, aka my favorite song on the album.
The Crunge, the great.
Jason's favorite song on the album, No Quarter.
The greatest song.
It's very fast paced and it's not bluesy at all.
It doesn't sound like the piano is being played underwater.
Nope.
There's my vinyl.
It's funny. Me and Jason had like 2 different number ones, and then everyone else had like the same number one, if I'm correct.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes, I think I was the biggest fan of Jamaica. It seemed like other people didn't like that one.
I love Jamaica.
I still don't like that song.
Okay.
No, Jason, I was with you on that though. Jason was Jamaica. I was like, this song's amazing, Jason. I agree with you.
This is a great album. Yeah, thank you. Which is fine. I got the CD and the vinyl, which is fine with me. I can
welcome my world.
But I like Briar. Yeah, this is. Well, I have Boston on vinyl and CD. That's the other one I got.
Oh yeah, I have a ton of albums that I have on vinyl and CD, like Sheer Heart Attack. I have quite a bit of Queen albums. I have quite a bit of Who albums. I'm kind of I don't do that on purpose though. I'm not gonna like collect as much CDs as I do records because that's like a lot of investment on that part. But yeah,
I mean, I kind of like the vinyl cover maybe better than the CD version of it. This one says Led Zeppelin House of Holy. This doesn't say anything. I'm just now noticing. So it's like, you know what the hell this is. It's just kids. And but the only thing I don't like is like this plain back. And like I like you get the whole thing. But anyways, great album though. It was my 3rd favorite Led Zeppelin album.
It's in my top 5.
Was Scott's favorite. I know that.
It's my 49th favorite album right now of my top 100 albums.
And as a group, it was our favorite album. Actually, it ranked the highest out of their albums.
Yeah.
Funny.
I mean, if I wasn't in the Led Zeppelin series, it would have been 4.
Oh, it would have been 4.
My score dropped it.
Yeah. Yeah. Nick kind of, I don't know, put the cat, what do you call it?
Yeah, it's hard to describe what I did. I'm like, everyone's like, this album's the best, and I'm like, this is my least favorite album from them.
We're like 10, 4.
I'm like, yeah. I feel like I was harsh on that score though.
I got Linda Ronstadt.
Okay.
Feels Like Home.
All right, what's on that album?
We got The Waiting, Walk On, High Sierra, After the Gold Rush. I'm guessing that's the Neil Young cover, which is cool. The Blue Train, Feels Like Home, Teardrops Will Fall, Morning Blue, Women Cross the River, and Lover's Return.
Okay.
What's the name of this album?
Oh.
Feels Like Home.
Yeah, I don't recognize any of the tracks on it. That must be one of her later albums.
Ronstadt. Jacob?
Huh?
You know Linda Ronstadt?
Yeah, I know Linda Ronstadt. I know like the big hits. I love her version of When Will I Be Loved. It's my favorite.
I've never heard of that artist before. Yeah, I've never heard of that person.
Oh, really?
No.
Wow.
My mom bought me this actually last year for my birthday.
Oh, fun fact. That's kind of how the Eagles got together because some of the members were her backing bands originally.
Oh, yeah.
I think Glenn Frey and Don Henley were part of it, her backing band.
Oh, I did not know that. Of course, my other favorite from Linda Ronstadt is the song she did with, I think it's James Ingram on the American Tail movie, Somewhere Out There.
Oh, really?
That song is amazing.
Somewhere
out there.
I mean, I'd recommend this, the Greatest Hits album. There's also another one that's blue. That's like this, but it's blue. It's like a volume 2. I think this is like volume 1. But I mean, let's see. Long Time is a great song. When Will I Be Loved? Did you say that one?
Yeah, When Will I Be Loved is a good one.
Yeah, that's on here.
You're No Good on there?
Yes, You're No Good.
That's a great song.
Yeah, it has like Desperado, That'll Be the Day. Tracks of My Tears is on here. It Doesn't Matter Anymore. Great song. Heat Wave. But yeah.
Oh yeah, I've heard that.
I don't know a lot about her. I mean, she has some good hit songs, and she's a really good singer, though. I think she has a great voice.
Yeah.
She's one.
I love that song on American Tail.
Yeah. Hey, Santana, Supernatural.
Oh
Okay.
yeah,
that's like one of their biggest albums.
Well, yeah, a ton of Grammys, won Album of the Year, won Song of the Year, for Smooth, featuring Rob Hunt, lead singer of Magic. Yeah, I remember this coming out. It was huge. Yeah, like I said, it won a bunch of Grammys, was a huge hit. So yeah, awesome. I've heard it before. I remember, of course, when it came out. Smooth, I love that song. I don't know a lot about Santana, to be honest, except for maybe this album. Except for some.
I will say Carlos Santana is one of my favorite guitarists.
Yeah.
Yes, the guitar playing is awesome on some of these songs. I do remember that. Like Smooth, that guitar solo.
Oh yeah, I love that solo.
Great guitar solo. Let's see. Put Your Lights On was a good song with another band called Everlast, which I remember them because they had some hits on the radio back in the 90s. Maria was kind of a hit song on the radio as well.
Yeah, I've heard that one too.
Yeah, that's a pretty good song. Yeah, those are the ones I remember that were kind of radio hits. We got Love of My Life featuring Dave Matthews. This album basically was Santana collaborating with a bunch of other people. And I don't know if he wrote the songs or what. He obviously did the guitar, so I don't know if he arranged them maybe.
I remember correctly. I think that was their comeback album too.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. Yeah, because this was later in his career. I mean.
Yeah.
How much more CDs do you have left?
2 more.
Okay, I got to be heading out soon. My dad needs my help.
Yeah, okay. I got things I need to do too, so I'll head out after you show the last 2.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me get the last 2 here. Okay. We got the Rolling Stone collection, 1986 to 1992.
Okay, interesting selection of compilation there.
25 years of essential rock.
Essential.
86 and 92.
Is that?
I don't think that's their most essential.
Well, like I could just imagine like some like here's how I can imagine like 3 guys sitting together having fun, like hanging out. They're like, what's your favorite? It's like one guy's like, what's your favorite period of the Stones? And one guy's like, oh man, the Brian Jones period from 66 to 69, that's like the best period, or 65 to 69. And then the other guy's like, oh yeah, the Mick Taylor stuff, that's like the best. And then a third guy's like, my favorite period's from 86 to 92. That is the essential period of the Stones.
Oh yeah, the Harlem Shuffle. That's their best song, everybody.
Of course, and Steel Wheels, the best Rolling Stones album.
And the best album is Dirty Work.
I like the blue on the CDs.
What songs are on it?
Manic Monday.
Okay.
Walk This Way. Is this? Wait a minute.
Oh,
this isn't Rolling Stones. This is Rolling
Stone. Oh my God.
Okay.
Rolling Stone.
Rolling Stone magazine, right?
Yeah, like
Manic Monday. The Rolling Stones didn't sing that.
I was so confused. I'm like, how is this the essential part of the Rolling Stones?
Okay. So these are
it's just a compilation of stuff.
Okay.
92. Yeah, so we got Manic Monday from Bengals, Walk This Way from Run DMC.
Oh, that's a good version.
Smoking Gun from the Robert Cray Band. Don't know.
I don't know that one.
Cult of Personality by Living Colour. It's got good rock riff. Love Shack from the B-52s.
Oh, I love that song.
Oh, me too.
Touch of Grey by the Grateful Dead.
Nick's favorite.
I got two Dead songs now.
Get rid of the songs. I always just the essential songs. Like, get away from
It
them.
was a big hit.
Well, you know what?
Big hit for them.
Well, you know what they say in that song? I will get back.
They're so overrated in my opinion.
The End of Innocence by Don Henley. It's a pretty good song.
It's a good one.
Talking About Revolution, Tracy Chapman. Pretty good song. From her debut album, I believe.
That's a
I
good
know
one. Yeah.
Fast Car.
Fight the Power from Public Enemy. Fight the Power. I kind of remember that. Not a rapper fan, but White Boots from Vaughn Brothers. Thing Called by Bonnie Raitt.
Which one from Bonnie Raitt?
Thing Called Love.
I don't know that one. If it was something to talk about, I'd be jamming on that one. I love that one.
Hard to Handle by the Black Crowes. That was a hit in the 90s. I remember that one.
That was an Otis Redding song originally.
Oh, okay. Losing My Religion from REM. That's probably my favorite song on here. Just I like that. That's like one of my favorite REM songs. Shake This Town by Robbie Robertson, who I think was the lead singer of the band.
Oh, yeah, the hit.
So it's like a solo song, maybe? I don't know.
Yes.
Then Little Miss Can't Be Wrong by Spin Doctors, which was a pretty good song back then.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah, when me and Jason get to the 70s for top songs of the 70s, don't be surprised if the Grateful Dead end up being the worst song of each year.
Well, they didn't really have big hits in the 70s.
I mean, like if their songs end up being on the Billboard charts, that might be on default, might be the worst song of that year.
Yeah. I think I saw like their highest charting hit was Touch of Grey, and that was in the late 80s.
Oh yeah, it's probably. I would say if George Michael and that song are in the same year, that's gonna be a difficult one to choose.
All right, last album. I almost want to say obscure artist. I don't know if you guys will know her, but Natalie Imbruglia.
Never
Ooh,
heard.
I know who that is.
Left of the Middle is the name of that.
I know who that is. I know the big hit she has.
Yeah,
Big
it's
in
on
the 90s. It's called Torn.
Yeah, opening song on the album. So this was her big. I don't know if she had any other albums that were anything.
I think she was the one hit wonder, maybe.
Torn is a really great song, though. I remember that song was all over the radio. Back in '98, is that what it says? Yeah. That and just more information. The music video is pretty good too, because she's like naked in the music video, if I remember right. Maybe not. No, I'm wrong. But she talks about being naked in the song.
There's a line that's lying naked on the floor. Or something
That's what
like
I'm thinking. The music video is pretty good too, though, if I remember right. But yeah, I don't know anything else, but Torn's a great song, so another discovery for me. Anyways, but yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna head out, Jason. Have a great rest of your birthday.
All right, Nick, I will see you later for our George Strait review.
Yes. What time do you want that to be, by the way?
Can you do 10 o'clock?
Yes, sir.
All right, I will see you then.
I'll see you then.
All right, I'm heading out too, Jason. You have a wonderful birthday.
Thank you.
Hope you have a good rest of the day.
All right, thank you.
All right, bye.
And, Briar and Jason, I'll see you guys tomorrow for Derek and the Dominoes.
Right. See you then. It's two again.
Two of us. I think I happened last year. I think it was just
I think so. Some things never always repeat.
Any thoughts on those CDs, Briar?
Well, I had 3 of them, so there you go.
You got 3 of them. Wow. So this is even new to you.
Yeah, it's a couple. Yeah, it's quite a bit. Most of the compilations probably won't get, but there's a couple that seem interesting.
Yeah. So I got some CDs you don't have.
Yeah, there you go.
Awesome.
So you have that going for you.
I got that going for me. Yeah, the cool thing about this is these are new discoveries. Like Brugia, This is kind of a weird compilation, to be honest, but
Yeah.
you know.
That's probably the one I'll get the least.
Actually, I think this is pretty cool. This is actually,
that's a pretty solid album. I remember liking it. It's been a while since I heard it though. I know my mom loved that album.
Don't know anything about that, so that'll be New Discovery. Yeah, great.
Yeah.
That's the only one I know about. Bob Marley, I don't know if I'm gonna like Bob Marley or not, but we'll see.
I mean, I like some Bob Marley. I'm not like a big, huge fan, but I'm open. I'm gonna give that album a try.
A complete discovery.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Maybe she's like amazing pop singer. I don't know if she's pop or country, what she is. This, I think, is a great album. I think this is one I'm going to enjoy. Great songs from the 70s period.
Yeah, that's a good selection there.
Definitely another discovery, Jimmy Buffett. Don't know much about his music. Midnight Oil, another complete discovery for me.
Yeah. That's a pretty good album.
But you said they're a rock album?
Yeah, kind of like an alternative rock band.
Okay.
Of course, if you ever look up videos of them live, the way I described the lead singer, it's like a combination of what you get if you cross Michael Stipe from REM and Mick Jagger.
Michael Stipe. Okay. Good on Michael Stipe.
Yeah.
Sounds like I like this one, so I'm kind of interested. Eddie Money.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, he's had some good songs.
Sounds like he has some pretty good stuff there, so that's a good compilation. This one might be my least favorite. No offense.
Yeah. I mean, I'm fine with just the 3 albums. That's all I need.
Hey, right. That's all I need. I'm actually kind of interested in this one. I think this could be really good.
She's probably one I need to check out at some point.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, and this one I'm really happy to have. I really like this Wingspan. Yeah. That's definitely one I definitely will like to listen to. Anyway, so thank you, Rob. I really appreciate I appreciate you doing that. That was 14 CDs, and he sent me. I bet I have like 20, 30 CDs that he's given me. So it's a big, huge part of my collection, anyways. But very, very generous of him sending me those. Anyways, but I don't have any more really to talk about or on the deck, Briar. So I don't know if you just end it here. Is that okay?
Yeah, we can probably just end it here. Plus, I'm hungry.
Yeah. Okay. Been out for 2.5 hours. That's a pretty good time period. Got friends, which is great. Love spending my birthday with some friends, so that was very enjoyable. Happy to Briar from Briar Music Showcase, Nick from Townsend 505, Jacob Martin from Jacob Martin, Mike from Did You See That, and Adam from What the Gym. I think that's everybody that was on the channel.
Yeah, I think that's everybody.
Appreciate all of you coming on and spend. Just glad I wasn't alone. I was afraid no one's going to be on. I'd be like just sitting up here like I don't know what to talk about. So that was good. We had stuff to talk about.
Yeah, it was nice.
Yeah, just nice time hanging out. You know, nothing specific to talk about. Got 14 new CDs and 3 new movies, or 4. Yeah. No, 4. That's right. 4. So 4 new movies, 14 more CDs to listen to. Got quite a bit because I got these I still haven't listened to. And I've got this box of CDs I still haven't listened to, full of CDs. So I've got like lots of CDs I still need to get through. It's just hard to sit down and just listen sometimes.
Tell me about it.
Yeah. Do you have anything major coming up, Briar, since you're here?
It was because of summer. It's a little bit harder to record videos because I'm working a lot more. But I do have one video in the works. It's actually gonna be a fun one. It's kind of like a reflection because it's been over a year since I bought my record player, so it's gonna be like kind of look back, kind of see how I feel about it after a year.
How you feel about it? Okay.
Yeah. That'd be interesting. It's already recorded. I just need to edit it.
I regret buying this. No, I'm just kidding. That's fine. Jacob Martin has Vine now.
Oh yeah, that's true. He did. Yeah.
He has one. As far as I know, he just has Thriller, but so he needs more for his collection. So I think we all have Vine record players.
Yeah, we do.
We all, if we live close to each other, we can just borrow each other's. Maybe no.
Maybe yeah.
Do you let people borrow your CDs ever? Or?
Sometimes, not very often. Like maybe my mom will ask me, "Hey, can I borrow this one CD?" Yeah. Like, and that's pretty much it. She hasn't done it in a while though.
Yeah, I've had people borrow my movies and then like never bring them back, and I'm like,
yeah,
I hate that, but
right. Thankfully, that hasn't happened to me yet.
I was gonna say you probably hunt them down, I'm sure, but yeah, you'd be looking at your collection and they're just like, wait a minute, something looks off in this stack. Like, I'm off by one. Like
usually, if it's missing, usually I've had one. I only had one time where I'm like reorganized. I'm like, wait, am I missing something? It drives me crazy. And turns out it's been in the car.
Wait a minute. I got 1,999. There's one missing. I don't know, whatever.
Right. That's exactly how it is.
Anyways, but yeah. So thank you, everybody. Thank you for the birthday wishes. Appreciate it. Spending time with you guys. And thank you to all the subscribers. Getting me over 300. I appreciate that a lot. And yeah, it's been great. I'm still planning on big stuff for the channel. Still working on stuff and still doing my 100 favorite movies list. It's kind of the big one I'm doing right now, but definitely got a lot of stuff I want to do. A lot of stuff I want to collaborate with Briar here and Nick and Jacob and Adam. So more collaborations to come. Anyway, so yeah. So from me and Briar, I guess. And thanks for watching and hope you guys have a good rest of the week.